Batteries fully charged. Launch ready for WWE Aftershock in 3, 2, 1. World Wrestling Entertainment Discussion is live. Cue host Owen Finch.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to WWE Aftershock Week 7. I'm just going to say that now from now on, so that way I'm not trying to remember episode numbers or anything like that. I'm Owen the Birdman Finch, and I'm here with...
Chris.
What's going on, Chris? How are you today on this fine day? Beautiful day outside with snow melting. That's great. I'm supposed to get snow up here tomorrow, so right when it all melts. That's just great, but how are you today?
Humbled. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Life is fantastic.
Can we talk about a big accomplishment we're doing today, by the way? So this is a good way to break down the topics because we're actually going to review a wrestling fucking pay-per-view like right after it happened this time for the first time in a while. Like, I don't remember the last time we did. I think it's been years. I guess I think it was the Royal Rumble 2021, but I don't even think it was after that. I think it's like it's like within the same week at least. So it's like I can't believe that. Because usually always something comes up where like my computer decides to be a derp and not let me fast forward shit or anything like that. So we're actually doing it within the same week. It's probably still one of the last ones to talk about it because we're doing it on a Wednesday, right after like Raw and anything like that's happened. But like, you know, this is the only day we could do it. I don't think we're ever going to be like one of the first. We're always going to be one of the last. But, you know, just kind of how that happens sometimes. Yeah. But let's talk about everything. We're going to review Elimination Chamber. We're going to review Raw this past week. We're going to review NXT this past week. And then we're going to talk about 2K23. So let's review Elimination Chamber. And then obviously, since we're live right now and shared the thing and everything like that, I was an idiot and had the freaking sound on the other way on the actual video. So hopefully I don't get any copyrights or any of that. But yeah, well, we're going to be, I'll be reading your comments out if you leave any comments. But if you don't leave any, then, you know, I do ask that you try to keep it on topic with whatever we're talking about. I'm going to try to be better about this time. Obviously, going through the comments and reading it and stuff. So I have the thing up right now. So if you see a comment, I'll be reading it. So let's talk about the beautiful week that was professional wrestling, except for NXT. That wasn't too beautiful, but we'll talk about that. But yeah, we just had some beautiful storytelling and some beautiful professional wrestling this week. So we're just going to start talking about it. Let me get my notes up for Elimination Chamber. Yeah, let's talk about so Elimination Chamber. It took place on the 18th of February, 2023. We had the pre-show. We had the panel of Wade Barrett, Kayla Braxton. For some reason, I guess Kayla Braxton was cloned herself on the freaking pre-show because I have Kayla Braxton twice in my notes. So I guess Kayla Braxton was on the pre-show twice, baby. How does that feel, Chris? Two Kayla Braxton. Yeah. But no, it was Wade Barrett, Kayla Braxton, Kevin Patrick, and Peter Rosenberg. I think what happened here was because I had Kayla Braxton twice because Wade Barrett, I think, took Jerry the King Lawler's spot because I think he typically would have done the pre-shows and all that type of stuff. But yeah, obviously because he had a stroke recently. And if you're wondering why we didn't talk about it last time, because we ran out of time, but we did mention it in the New Year's Revolution 2005 retro. If you want to see us talk about it, we mentioned it for like a second. But yeah, they did like, you know, they did say like, they did send like some love to Jerry the King Lawler because of his recovery and all that type of stuff. So that was cool. That was a very nice thing for them to do because he would love to have been here. And he's probably gonna miss WrestleMania this year, which sucks because I don't think he's missed Mania. I don't even know. I think he's been on every Mania since he's been like with the company, except maybe I guess 17 would have been the last one, right? Because he was out of the company and doing WrestleMania 17. So But it just sucks. But yeah, they all did pretty good on the panel. I thought Wade Barrett did the best out of anybody because I just like Wade Barrett a lot. He's a really good talker. But yeah, let's a few things happened on the pre-show. They did this video with Ariel Helwani where he broke down the history of WWE in Montreal, and obviously he mentioned the Montreal Screwjob, but he mentioned people that like haven't been mentioned in WWE in like years. I think one of them was like Mad Dog Vachon, and like I just couldn't believe the things that they were talking about. Like they mentioned people that we haven't heard mentioned in WWE for years. What did you think of this video? Like this video that Ariel Helwani did right here?
I thought it was awesome. Like it just showcased a lot of the really like great Montreal talent that's been through the pipeline, the WWE. I like it. It was really good.
One that was mentioned was Dino Bravo, so he hasn't been mentioned in fucking years either. Like,
I can't even tell the last time WWE even mentioned him. Yeah,
so it was crazy. Again, was it because it was Ariel Helwani doing this? I don't know. Is this the Triple H regime? I don't know, but we'll see. Then we had an interview with Austin Theory where he talked about how he was going to walk out of Elimination Chamber still the United States champion. Pretty good interview there. And then we thought that was going to be the end of Ariel Helwani right there. I mean, we did see him again throughout the night, but he was actually on the freaking panel, like breaking down the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship match, and it was just great. He added a lot of insight to the match, obviously, and stuff. So I loved it. And that was pretty much the end of the pre-show right there. But what did you think of the pre-show? I think Ariel Helwani really made this pre-show something to watch because I just loved seeing him and all that type of stuff. What did you think of it?
It was solid. It was definitely it was a solid pre-show.
Yeah,
for something that didn't have any matches on it, it was okay.
Yeah. Next, well, was the actual show. We had Corey Graves and Michael Cole on commentary for the entire show because they're the commentary team for the premium live events now. It showed this great intro video where they talked about the Elimination Chamber and wrestling in Texas and all that type of stuff, and showed Roman Reigns and like Sami Zayn's like history to get into there. It was a really good intro video. What'd you think of the intro video?
It was really good. Again, it's just really good. Really, like the production quality was good.
Yeah, that's something that WWE's always knocked out of the park. So then we had the first actual match that took place on the show, which was the Elimination Chamber match for a WWE Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania 39. It was Asuka versus Liv Morgan versus Nikki Cross versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalia versus Carmella. Great chamber match here. I really enjoyed it. Liv Morgan and Natalia started the chamber match, which I thought were good choices. Had Steve Coakley not retained, Chris, you would have won the freaking belt because I think all the tiebreakers we predicted, you got right for the most part. So, but because we have that rule where if you tie with the champion retains, it fucked you over right there. So, there you go. I mean, at least this time it benefited Stephen Coakley. Because I remember one time he screwed up and did all his picks first, and John Tuddy just picked the same picks he did and all that type of stuff. So, and I think he tried to do like a tiebreaker and all that type of stuff to be like wise, and it was like, "What are you doing, Steve? That was so stupid!" Like, that was so dumb. I don't know what he was thinking.
He was thinking that first.
I remember he like insisted on doing his picks first, so he like tried to talk him out of it, and like he insisted on doing them first. What the fuck were you doing, dude? But yeah, this was a great chamber match here. Natalia and Liv Morgan had some really good chain wrestling, and they threw each other into the pods a lot and all that type of stuff in this match. Then the next entrant was Nikki Cross, and she just went wild on everyone, threw Liv Morgan into the chain link fence, hit a really good suplex onto the outside. And obviously, because it's a different chamber, because we've been doing all the retros with the old chamber, it's obviously a safer bump now. So I wasn't sure how I was going to feel watching this chamber, watching the old one. I like watching this chamber more because you can do a lot more stuff in this chamber now and all that type of stuff. Then Raquel Rodriguez came in next, and yeah, she just looked like a powerhouse on everyone, slid shot at everyone into the pods and everything like that. Then it was time for Carmella to come in, and everybody had just like laid themselves out at this point and all that type of stuff. So eventually, she just ended up pinning everybody, but no one ever, everyone kept kicking out of all their stuff and everything like that. Then eventually, Nikki Cross and Carmella had a stare down, and Carmella just took off. She locked herself into the Elimination Chamber pod, and Nikki Cross tried to get at her, but they were unable to do so. So what ended up happening is Raquel Rodriguez picked up Nikki Cross and drove her through the pod. So Carmella had to run out the other side and just ran into a different pod. And then eventually Raquel Rodriguez pinned Nikki Cross off it. It was like doing a replay that she got pinned too, so they had to like show her getting pinned again, just so that way we would know she was eliminated. It wasn't any lying or anything like that. Because we don't like liars. So, and then the last entrant was Asuka. Asuka fucking murders Carmella pretty much. Like, obviously because Carmella was the last one, but she fucking just destroyed Carmella. Like, Carmella did not stand a freaking chance against Asuka. It was freaking scary. I was so scared.
Just grow up then if you're so scared.
Hey, you were scared too. I think there were points where you were like, "Oh, that's scary." But yeah, so then eventually, they do this double submission spot when Natalia has not Nikki Cross, Liv Morgan and the sharpshooter, and I think like Asuka locks her into that new submission she was using, like the octopus dress, went to Saturn on the floor, and Liv Morgan ends up passing out. The crowd cheered too when at first they booed because they didn't like the pass out spot, but the crowd then cheered when they realized Liv Morgan was out. That just proves right there that Liv Morgan's not over right there. So, but then it's down to Asuka, Carmella, and Natty. Asuka has Natty in the submission, and Carmella wants to be the one to eliminate her, so she throws her on the outside and pins Natalia with a face buster. And then afterwards, Asuka makes Carmella tap out to that new submission, and Asuka punches her ticket. They kind of redid the chamber finish from 06, where Natty was clearly going to get passed out, and basically Carmella just ended up, she was basically an idiot here, but to be honest, like, I wanted Asuka to win anyways. And this one wasn't as stupid because maybe she thought Natalia passed out and all that type. No, it wasn't Natty. It was it was Natty. But yeah, I thought this was a great chamber match here. I missed a lot of things probably, but it was just so great. You really can't talk about them all. I give it like 4 stars. It was a great chamber match. The right person won. I think I gave it an extra star too off the back that they were actually smart and didn't have Ronda Rousey come out there and attack anyone and enter the chamber match herself. Because that totally would have happened had Vince been running things. So yeah, I love this. I thought this was great. What do you think?
I thought it was a really good chamber too. I gave it 4 stars. It was really, really good. I knew that Ronda Rousey wasn't going to be in the chamber.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good. Everything can be executed. That fucking spot.
Yeah.
That they did with the chamber breaking was insane.
Mm.
That was extremely brutal.
Yeah.
But I liked it. You can do a lot more shit in these chambers than you could in years past. But yeah, I liked it. It was good.
I think one thing I wanted to, why also I didn't give this match higher, is the eliminations in this match happened like way too fast. It was like one after another, and I don't really like chamber matches that way. I like them more spread out and all that type of stuff. Like pretty much once Nikki Cross got eliminated, I think everybody was just out really quickly. So
yeah, they did. That was night one knock too. Like the eliminations went way too fast.
Yeah. Dwayne Atkinson says, "What up, gentlemen?" Says, "What up? What's going on, Dwayne?" I think you were watching the last time too, so it's good to see you that you're watching again. I guess we were so good last time. He's back this week, so it's really good stuff that he's back. You know what I mean? That means we did something right that he came back. Now watch. Now that I called him out, he's gonna leave. Now he's gonna leave us high and dry and just be like, and gonna make us all sad now. So, but yeah, I thought the chamber match was great. Next match was Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. This was basically the same match they had at the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. Very fast paced. We had Lesnar kicked out of 2 spears. Brock took Lashley to Suplex City. He kicked out of 2 F5s. Then Lashley locked Brock into the full Nelson. And Lesnar realized that he wasn't going to be able to get out of it. So he low blowed Lashley, which caused a disqualification. This pissed Lesnar off. He took out the official. He F5 Lashley again, and then he F5 him through the announce table. And just for good measure, he took the referee and just F5'd him onto the freaking floor to even daring to DQ Lashley. I think there was even at one point where Brock's like, what? What did I do? It was hilarious. The finish was freaking flat, though. That sucked. That was a crappy finish to like a really good match right there. I gave this like 3.5 stars. It would have been like 3 3/4 had it not been for that finish. It also made me question, like, at least at the time I was watching this, like, what was the point then of Bray Wyatt's promo on SmackDown if they were just going to do this DQ finish here? Because Bray Wyatt doesn't turn up, or they don't do anything where, like, his logo pops up or anything like that. So that was what it is. But, yeah, I thought this was still really good, though. 3.5. What do you think?
I gave it like a 3. I just didn't. I thought the match was fine until the finish. I feel like it. I mean, it definitely protects both of them, but it's such like a fucking lazy way to do it. I felt like it just came. The match also felt like it came to an abrupt end.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm okay with them not doing another match for a while.
Yeah.
By the way, too, that F5 on Chad Patton, the second one, wasn't supposed to happen.
I feel like we're going to be saying that a lot with Brock Lesnar. He just does whatever the fuck he wants.
He felt the from what I read, it said that he felt like the crowd felt the crowd out, and the crowd was really like hot, on fire. So he did another F5. That's why it looks so weird, because like he wasn't supposed to do a second one.
So we got a couple of more comments right here. 3 of them are from Dwayne Atkinson again, and then the other one is from JH95 with like 3 slashes, FTW Productions. Obviously, you guys should know who that is if you know the initials and stuff. But so Dwayne Atkinson, he's the first 2 comments. He says, I think the longest chamber match lasted only like 25 minutes. I'm pretty sure I saw one go a half hour before, but I'm not sure. And then he also says this is his response to, I think when we said he was going to leave and all that type of stuff, he says, nah, I'm at work just listening along, LOL. So that's how good we are. People are taking time out of their work day to listen to us. Isn't that great, Chris? It's awesome. And JH95 is just going to give us like some background about who this guy is. He's not just some random like troll or anything like that. He says that Dwayne Atkinson is a big No DQ Galaxy predictions member. Shout out to No DQ. And then obviously he does like 3 dots. Then actually writes the word .com. Just, obviously because that's how you say NoDQ.com. So, and then Dwayne Atkinson says again, and now we get Brock and Almas at Mania. I doubt it. Obviously that's a reference to Raw, but we're going to talk about that later on.
AJ Styles reference. It's NoDQ.com.
Well, it's not. Other people have done it before too.
It's NoDQ.com. Say it right. You gotta say it like AJ Styles. NoDQ.com.
You know I'm not an impressions guy, so that's just not going to happen. So
okay, fair enough. All right, continue.
Now it's definitely not going to happen then. So, yeah. So that the Brock and Bobby match was really good. Like I said, 3.5 stars. Then it showed the WrestleMania 39 ad. This is obviously because they're going Hollywood again. They're going to not redo, but they're going to do new, Hollywood ads with the superstars. And this was Becky Lynch and Seth freaking Rollins, where Seth Rollins was the Joker. And Becky Lynch was meant to be Batman. Really good stuff here. I did mention in the chat, there's a lot of jokes you can make coming out of this with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins' relationship. We all know the jokes, and we're just going to leave it at that. So we're not going to say them. We know the jokes. But I like this a lot. Seth Rollins played the Joker really well. I mean, obviously Becky Lynch played the Batman thing really weird, obviously, but I think that was the joke. But what did you think of the WrestleMania 39 ad?
I loved it because I saw the Joker movie and it was really spot on.
Yeah,
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Next, we have Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley with Dominic Mysterio ringside. Damian Priest wasn't out there because he was getting ready for his U.S. title match, so he had more important things to worry about at that time. Really good, very good match here, actually. Edge and Finn Balor start the match, and no one really gets the advantage on the other. And then we finally get that moment where we see Beth Phoenix and Rhea Ripley go at it. And it was magic right here. They both took it to each other. I thought Beth put Rhea Ripley over strong because there were points where Rhea Ripley really overpowered her. Eventually, Dominic Mysterio provides a distraction, and it allows Rhea Ripley to get the advantage. He just dominates Beth for a while. Like, I was actually surprised Beth takes the heat in the match, which I didn't see coming. I thought Edge would have, but Beth actually takes the heat. And then after this, Edge chases Dominic Mysterio to the back, and doing this, he clotheslines Finn Balor, which stalls his momentum for being able to really get to Dominic Mysterio. So we think Dom's gone. The crowd's chanting, nah, 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 hey, 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 goodbye, because they don't think he's coming back, and then he just ends up coming back. And they were like really mad to see him come back because they don't like Dominic Mysterio very much. And then eventually Edge gets the hot tag on Finn Balor. He really starts going off on him. And doing this, Edge and Beth Phoenix work together, hit some really cool tag team moves on Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. Edge actually locks in the execution. And this time, Michael Cole actually calls the move. If you want to know the history behind that, this is also proof that Vince isn't really in his ear anymore, if you ever wanted proof. Because he actually does the Edge-O-Matic, not the Edge-O-Matic, but the execution. He does the Edge-O-Matic in that match too. But he does the execution in a match in 2011, Michael Cole didn't call because Vince was in his ear and he wasn't allowed to call moves, and he was in his heel phase, so he had to be a heel at that time. And here he did call the execution. So if you ever want evidence that Vince isn't in Michael Cole's ear anymore, there's evidence right there. I just gave it to you. And then, but the submission gets broken up. Eventually, doing all this, Dominic throws the brass knuckles to, I think, Rhea Ripley, and she ends up hitting Edge with the brass knuckles, and Finn Balor ends up hitting I think, like, the Bloody Sunday onto him. And Finn goes for the cover. Now, what was supposed to happen was Beth was supposed to break it up, but Edge had to kick out because I think Beth didn't get there in time. But they did cover it up by saying that Beth broke it up, but it was clearly a kick out. So whatever. It happens. Yeah, they go to redo the spot again on the outside where they throw Beth into the steps, and they're going to do the concerto while her head is on the steps and everything like that. But Beth this time counters it. This allows Edge to hit a spear on Finn Balor. And eventually, Edge and Beth, how do they win? They won with the Shattered Machine, which Michael Cole actually called. Like, he even said the name of the move and everything. And Edge pins Finn Balor, and Edge and Beth Phoenix get the victory. And, yeah, I thought this match was very good. I liked how it played out and everything like that. And even though Judgment Day lost, there was still reason to continue a storyline and everything like that because of the way they lost and everything like that. So I give this match like 3 3/4. It doesn't hurt Rhea Ripley wasn't hurt too because she didn't take the pin. And, Finn Balor is probably going to come out. I mean, obviously we know they're continuing this if you saw Raw this past week, but Finn Balor is probably going to come out on Raw like this week and say that Edge really didn't beat him and stuff like that. So there's a way that Finn Balor comes out with this looking good now too. So I give this like 3 3/4 stars. I thought this was very good. What did you think of this?
I give it the same rating. I think the match was really good. And again, the four of them just work so well together. There's definitely like, they definitely work extremely well together. There's a connection there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it a lot. I like the Shadow Machine at the end was done really good. Like that was, I think that was more of like a tribute to their friends more than like, because they called it the Shadow Machine.
Yeah.
That's the WWE name for it. They didn't call it the Big Rig or whatever the hell they call it.
That's actually the AEW name for it. So
yeah, but Michael Cole could have just ignored it entirely and not called it anything.
Yeah,
but he, I liked it. I mean, because they've known Cash and Dax forever. I think they're neighbors. I think someone said. But yeah, I thought the match was excellent.
Yeah, me too.
This leaves a lot to the imagination in terms of what they can do at WrestleMania.
Yep. So we got some more comments right here. JH95 FTW Productions says that Brock and Lashley has to be the match, the final chapter of that. Again, we're going to talk about that later. And then Dwayne Atkinson says that he was expecting Ray to show up to keep Dominic from interfering in this match, which, they could have done that since Ray was in Canada, I believe, anyways, from SmackDown the night previous and stuff. But I was okay that they didn't do that. Just because, even though, I just don't know. I don't see Ray showing up anyways. Because Dominic hasn't done that one thing yet that would get Ray to, fight him yet. Even though, he beat him up during Thanksgiving and all that type of stuff. What's it going to take, Ray, for you to finally beat the crap out of Dominic? But whatever. I don't know what's going to take. I don't know what it's going to take. But whatever. That just shows everyone needs to be like Rey Mysterio, a good Samaritan who doesn't get in fights that he doesn't need to be in. So
good Samaritan Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. Even though there's a storyline in SVR 2011 where he gets amnesia, and if you have him go heel, he becomes the best friend with Jack Swagger and everything like that. But I'm not here talking about that right now. It doesn't exist. That's a video game. So, but anyhow, next, Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman are backstage. And basically, Paul Heyman's just hyping up Roman Reigns for his WWE Undisputed Universal Championship match against Sami Zayn. This was really good. What did you think of this?
I thought it was good. Everything. It was fine. It was. It's your typical segment between those two.
Then we had the next match. It was the men's chamber match for the United States Championship. It was Austin Theory defended against Seth freaking Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, and Montez Ford. What a chamber match. This was awesome. Seth freaking Rollins and Johnny Gargano started the match, and we got to see a little bit of a taste between Seth Rollins and Johnny Gargano have a match. I thought that was awesome. Even though if it was for a very short time, I still like that they went there. And then Austin Theory. Austin Theory enters the match next, which was pretty cool. He when they're both down, he comes in and kind of picks the bones a little bit and stuff like that. But then eventually, he gets beaten down by Rollins and Gargano. And this is cool because you got a history of both of these guys too, which the commentators did a very good job winning up. I liked how they also tied in the NXT history because they mentioned that Gargano, Theory, Reed, and Damian Priest all have the NXT North American title picture all connected because they were they all beat one another for the belts and all that type of stuff at one point, which they would not have brought up a year ago. But eventually, Rollins and Gargano are gonna work together to take out Theory, and they are at first. Theory hides in his pod, and Gargano can't get the pod open, and Rollins is standing on the other side. He opens the other side, and they just beat the crap out of Austin Theory. There's a bit where they tease Theory, they're gonna do the Way reunion with Theory and Gargano. But instead, Gargano stabs him in the back, and they just beat him up. There's a bit where he tries to block a right hand from Rollins, and Rollins just slaps him hard across the back. Then eventually, Damian Priest enters next, and he goes off on everybody, mainly Seth Rollins and Gargano. And then Theory's on the outside, and he comes up to Priest, offers for them to work together. And Priest hits a high kick on Theory and then just throws him head first into the chain link fence. Then then Bronson Reed enters next, and he just munches on Johnny Gargano and Seth freaking Rollins, just destroys them. Use a lot of good high power moves. He does the same thing to Theory. We got to see Bronson Reed and Damian Priest go at it for a little bit, and they all laid each other out. And then it was time for Montez Ford. And I was getting scared for Montez Ford here because Bronson Reed was like right at his pod when he came out, like, oh my gosh, is Bronson Reed just going to bury him here and stuff? But when his pod opens, he crotch chops Bronson Reed, and he just goes off on him. Like, he actually takes it to freaking Bronson Reed. I couldn't believe that. He clotheslines him over the ropes. And yeah, everyone just does a lot of good high flying stuff. There's just an occasion where everyone's just hitting moves on each other. Then eventually everybody's on the outside. Montez Ford hits like a dive. Like, he goes up on like the top of the pod and stuff. Not the pod, but like the top of like the chamber, and just does like a fall on everybody. That looked awesome. Then eventually there's another bit where Seth freaking Rollins and Johnny Gargano are standing on a pod. And I thought this was cool because they kind of sit like DIY would typically sit together after the Cruiserweight Classics and everything like that. And they go at it with each other. And Gargano hits a Hurricane Rana onto Rollins, and he lands on like Priest and Theory, which was cool, off the pod. Eventually, Bronson Reed takes a super kick from Rollins, a double one from Gargano and Rollins, and then a triple one from Ford, Gargano, and Rollins. And then he gets hit with one final beat, a stomp, and I think like a frog splash off of the pod onto Bronson Reed. So they protected him big here, even though he was like the first guy out and everything like that. I thought it was awesome. And then, yeah, the match continues. Eventually, Damian Priest hits the, not the South of Heaven, but like the High Cross onto, I think it's called like the End of Infamy onto Gargano. Eliminates him, and I don't know why I got so mad when Gargano was out. I'm like, fuck you, Damian Priest. Fucking eliminate Gargano like that. I don't know why I got so mad about it.
I hear you.
Yeah. It's like, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But I guess, I don't know. I guess sometimes that happens sometimes. And then eventually, the match continues. Seth Rollins hits a power bomb out of the corner, and they do like a Doomsday Device double stomp spot with Montez Ford, which is typically the Street Profits like tag finisher and stuff. So that was pretty cool. And Montez Ford eliminates Priest and Damian Priest, and then it continues. Eventually, Rollins hits a stomp onto Montez Ford onto like the floor, and it allows Theory to eliminate him. And the match continues. Rollins hits a pedigree on Theory, and then the match just kind of stops. At first, I thought like Montez Ford was legit injured here because like he lays out, but obviously they did something with this. Rollins hits a stomp on Theory, and then Logan Paul comes in, hits a spinning clothesline off of the ropes, followed by the stomp on Rollins. And Theory hits A-Town down onto Rollins, gets the win, retains his U.S. title. This chamber match was great. I loved it. I thought everybody looked good coming out of the match, especially Montez Ford. He had a really good performance here. And, you set up Rollins versus Logan Paul out of it. And I thought that this was just great. I give it 4 3/4 stars. What do you think of this chamber match?
I thought it was fantastic. I gave it the same rating. It was just great.
Yeah.
Like, Montez comes out looking like $1 million in this fucking match.
He did.
He looked. It was a star-making performance for him. I love that Hurricane Rana at the top of the chamber onto everyone. It was awesome. But yeah, like Logan Paul hit a fucking perfect buckshot lariat.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna get booed regardless. So, because no one really likes him. So it just sets everything up so perfectly for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And no one was buried. It took 1 million people to get rid of Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it.
J895 FTW Production says that he likes this match. Jack Thwagger from 2K 10, referencing that Rey Mysterio storyline I was talking about. It was not 2K10 though. It was 2K11. It was SVR 2011. I know that because I played that game religiously. So, but I guess it came out in 2010 though. So that's what he's referring to. But it was SVR 2011. I like how it'll always be SVR 2011 or SVR, but you never got any SmackDown like versus Raw matches out of it, by the way, too. It would always be nothing. Like, whatever. When I hear talk about wrestling games right now, that's later. So, let's get to like the beautiful main event. This absolute Remember how we talked about how beautiful the storyline was going to be in our predictions? Oh my gosh, I think it was even more beautiful than we ever could have dreamed it being. It was Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman inside defending that WWE Undisputed Universal Championship against Sami Zayn. What a beautiful match this was. I love the fact they had Roman Reigns come out first and then Sami Zayn. That crowd fucking popped when Sami Zayn came out. It was fucking magic.
Perfect. Like, it was perfect.
And the crowd made the show, by the way. I didn't want to talk about it until we talked about it here, but the crowd were great all night. But for this match, it was epic. Like, they don't even touch for like 5 minutes, and the crowd just fucking booing Reigns, cheering Sammy. It was fucking magic. Like, and then it's finally time, and they Reigns gets the advantage throughout a lot of it. Anytime they have to do any power moves together. And then eventually, like, Sami Zayn has like this burst of energy, and he does the flip dive that he typically does in NXT, which he hasn't pulled out in a while.
Because he was a heel.
Yeah.
Move.
And he just takes it to Roman Reigns in the beginning portions of this matchup. Eventually, Roman Reigns knocks him down, throws him, hits a really good clothesline on him, throws him into the barricade, and crowds just booing Reigns. Reigns is just dominated Sami Zayn, and his wife was in the crowd and his family and stuff. And he takes Zayn out there and just says, "I could have given him everything. I tried to give him a better life for you," and he's just doing it right in front of his wife. It was freaking personal. It throws him into the post. And then eventually Sami Zayn finally mounts a comeback. That comeback, when he fucking mounts that first comeback, oh my gosh, the fucking fans went wild. And then he starts beating up Reigns on the outside. He beats him up, and then he kisses his wife on the outside and just goes back into the win and hits like a high cross body on fucking Reigns. That fucking crowd went ape shit when that happened. It was just, and then eventually Zayn goes to hit another move off the top rope, but Reigns counters into a right hand. And Zayn kicks out again. Roman Reigns goes for the spear. Sami Zayn counters into a roll-up. Reigns kicks out. There's a blue thunder bomb which gets kicked out of. Zayn hit the first haluva kick, but Reigns kicks out at like the near 10-second mark. Reigns hits a spear. Zayn kicks out. And there's like various spears, various haluva kicks. Then they do this one spot which, was just absolute magic, where you think Zayn's going to do that DDT he does through the post, because he hasn't pulled that out, I think, since like his NXT days. I don't think he's done it on the main roster once. But Reigns counters that, and he goes for a spear on Zayn through the barricade, but Zayn moves out of the way, puts him in the ring, hits another blue thunder bomb. Reigns kicks out. He goes for the luva kick. Reigns hits a spear. Zayn kicks out. And then the referee goes down. And then Jimmy Uso runs in, who I did not expect to see. And he hits a super kick onto Sami Zayn, which allows Reigns to hit a spear. And Zayn kicks out. And then Zayn knocks down Jimmy with the kick. And then he hits one on Reigns. And then the ref comes to Zayn. Reigns kicks out again. The ref goes down again. And who fucking shows up? None other than Jey Uso. And they recreate the end of the Rumble when, Zayn originally turned on the Bloodline, where he tries to get Jey to hit Sammy with the chair the same way. Jey refuses, and Reigns takes the chair, and they do the same thing where you think Jay's going to turn the same way Sammy did, but it doesn't happen. And then eventually Zayn goes for a spear on Reigns, but he inadvertently hits Jey Uso, and then Reigns annihilates Zayn with the steel chair, hits a spear, covers him, gets the win, which the crowd hated. And then afterwards, they continue to beat down Sami Zayn. And who fucking returns? None other than Kevin fucking Owens. And that crowd went apeshit when he came out. And he lays waste to the bloodline, hits stunners on Jimmy, stunner on Reigns, stunner on Paul Heyman even. Paul Heyman was trying to kiss up to Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens wasn't putting up with that. And then you have this beautiful moment where Zayn gets to his feet. And also he pump up powerbombed, I think, Jimmy through the announce table. I don't think it was Jay. I don't think Jay does anything.
Jay was selling.
Yeah. And Ray just getting to his feet, and Zayn's getting his feet in the corner. Kevin Owens steps aside and allows Zayn to hit the haluva kick onto Roman Reigns. And they stand tall. However, Kevin Owens walks to the back while Sami Zayn stands tall. So they still didn't have that full moment where they came together. But this match was just absolute
until WrestleMania.
Yeah. But this match was just absolute magic. This is the first time I think I've done it. I gave this match like 6.5 fucking stars. This match was magic. And it was fucking amazing storytelling, amazing match. They had me believe Sami Zayn was winning. I would have loved it if Sami Zayn won. I know a lot of people are saying that's the biggest thing that came out of the show, the biggest like negative, but I'm personally okay with Sami Zayn like not winning because we're gonna get that tag title like reign and everything like that. Like I said, I even said I would have loved that Sami Zayn winning. I just find it funny that like a lot of people are negative of that when they fucking knew that wasn't going to happen anyways. And they were even saying like, oh, there's a better story coming out of this with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And then they fucking complain anyways when Zayn doesn't win. It's just fucking stupid. But anyhow, before we talk about that, your thoughts on this match and everything like that and the post-match angle and everything that came out of it. Just give us your thoughts.
Okay. This match was terrific. There's no really words to put forward about how great this match was. It's 5 stars. Is it 6 stars? It's 7 stars. It's 47 stars. It's 6 trillion stars. That's how you build up a fucking match.
Yeah.
That's how you build up a conclusion. That's how you build up a post match. That's how you suck people in to a fucking match. Right there, it was perfect. It is 5 stars for me. Again, they gave us a little tease of what we wanted at the end there.
Yeah.
Kevin and Sami, because we know it's coming. There's still 6 weeks until fucking WrestleMania. They weren't going to give you all of it in one night, which I can respect. Like you said, Owen, I could have gone either way. I would have been happy if Sami won. I would have been happy if Roman won. I was happy with either conclusion.
Yeah.
My heart was rooting for Sami. My head said, "Nah, it's Roman," and I knew it. The match itself, though, brilliant. There's a couple of times where when I think Sami hit the Blue Thunder, and he kicked out at like 2.9 seconds. I was like, I was like, holy shit, that got me for a second.
Yeah.
I was like, as soon as it was 2, and I was like, holy shit, he's gonna actually do it. And then he kicked out. I was like, oh my god, I actually fell for that. They got me in a false finish for the first time in forever. But it just the whole fucking thing was just perfectly done. Also, too, they didn't turn Jay. Yeah. Which again, it just adds to more intrigue. Eventually it's gonna fucking happen. But we're not there in the story yet.
I mean, what do you think?
I'm thinking more like 3-4 weeks away. Yeah. Until like that actually happens, because you want to have some time to where it's like, okay, now we're in the final 2 weeks or so before WrestleMania. Now's the time to pull the trigger on this. Let's build this up even more.
So which one do you think is going to happen first? Jay turn or Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn reunion. I think Jay turns, and then that's
exact. I think Jay turns first, and then there's the reunion. They fight the Bloodline for 2 weeks before WrestleMania. Match gets set up Monday or Friday before WrestleMania, and then you're on the main event of WrestleMania Night 1.
Yeah,
because there's still fucking 6 weeks between now, Tuesday, whatever the hell day it is today, February 22nd.
Remember, it's live now, so we don't have to say that anymore.
Yeah, but it's whenever April 1st or whatever is when WrestleMania is. April 1st. Between the 22nd of February and April 1st, there is 6 weeks to do something here.
Yeah.
So they could cut it in half. They could do 3 and 3. Like 3 weeks from now, do a reunion and a turn, and then you have 3 weeks to build up to the match at WrestleMania. But yeah, like the whole, it sucked you in.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens come out got me emotional. It literally got me emotional because I'm like, this is like his best friend in the whole world is returning the favor.
I got emotional.
The favor.
I got emotional a little bit even seeing Sami Zayn come out before the match and everything like that.
That was insane. Like that reaction was nuts. And it's just he just fucking deserves it.
Yeah.
He is even though he's not going to be in the main event of WrestleMania, he's still a big time player in WWE. His stock just got elevated. He's near the top of the upper echelon of like mid-card guys now, as opposed to being lower tier. He's now at the very top. He's almost near main event level. I mean,
think about it. I think out of anyone, because there was you posted that thing recently of all the title defenses that like Reigns has had with this title the past. I think Reigns has come the closest out of any of them to beating Roman Reigns for the fucking belt, which I don't think I would have predicted a year ago.
It's crazy. Like you wouldn't have projected that like a year ago at this time. A year ago at this time, he was a fucking conspiracy theorist.
Yeah,
looking like Fidel Castro.
Yeah,
but he's pushed himself, and the crowd wanted this. The crowd got what they wanted. Now Sami Zayn is now upper echelon babyface.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Even the Cody Sami segment, he's over in America too. It's not just Canada. It's not like they're in Canada. He's going to get a huge reaction. Most of the story has taken place so far in America.
Yeah.
In the United States of America, and he's super over with the U.S. crowd.
I mean, I never realized this, too. So the match he had here, it was in the same building where he freaking debuted on the main roster all that time ago.
Cena.
Yeah.
When he fucking threw his shoulder out.
Also, too, the first review on this channel of the show. And then I didn't even realize this until they said it. The Bloodline storyline with like Sami Zayn being in it really started in Toronto because that's when the first time they did the backstage segment between that's the first time Roman and Sami were like on camera together doing this. So it's fucking crazy how they came full circle. Let's talk about this now because I was gonna wait till later. Let's make this quick because I don't want to talk about this more than we have to. Obviously now today the news came out that but obviously, everyone thinks that that Vince has his finger palms on this because Sami didn't win at Elimination Chamber. Like, what do you think about that?
0% chance.
Yeah, I think this is good. Like I said, I think this is going to happen a lot where they're going to get a result now in the Triple H regime that they don't like. And they're going to blame it on Vince possibly being back in creative now that he's back in the company in some way now. They're going to say, this is clearly Vince. So this is, Chris, we talked about this off camera. I think had Sami won, this news wouldn't have even gotten out there.
Because they need something to talk about. Also, too, I saw something before, like when we started on here, about Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful. Posted this week, a WWE talent reached out and told me they believe Vince McMahon was back in creative. I couldn't get it confirmed at all. I couldn't get it confirmed at all. You know why, Sean? Because you made it up. That's why.
There you go. But yeah, what do you think? I'm gonna give the show like an A. It would have been an A plus had the Brock Lesnar match had a real finish, but other than that, everything else on the show was just perfect. I loved it. What do you think of this?
I give it an A. I would go as high as an A plus too if the Brock and Bobby match had more of a conclusion to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it just didn't. It just that match just disappointed me big time.
Yeah. All right, let's read these last two comments here. They're both from JH95 FTW Productions. This is obviously, his comment about the wrestling game. He says, but it came out in 2010. Obviously, that's the reference because I mentioned that it was SVR 2011, but it came out in 2010. So there you go. It's SVR 2011, though. We both know that's what it is. We're just going to get that's over now. And he has an idea here of what could happen with the Bloodline storyline. What if Jay walks out at WrestleMania on the match the Usos have with KO and Sami, though? Consider a Jay versus Jay feud. Yes, please. I mean, like I said, I think that could very well happen also, too. But we're just kind of focusing on what could happen going into WrestleMania at the moment and all that type of stuff. But that could very well happen.
It could. It would be interesting, but at the same time, I don't think they'd do that.
Yeah, I don't know if they break up the Usos as like a tag team. Yeah.
Like, that's their best tag team.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they have, like, who the hell else would they face? Kevin and Sami if they win the tag titles. Yeah. Gable and Otis? Like, who else is like a top, like, Imperium, maybe?
Yeah.
New Day?
I'm not sure.
Like, that's their top tag team right now.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about Monday Night Raw now. I just sent you the notes. You're doing the freaking Raw notes, buddy. Nice trying to get out of that.
Excuse me, so you can throw this on me last second?
Yeah, last second.
Wow, actually, what a mean friend.
Yeah. I was going to tell you, but I forgot, so it happened.
Oh, yeah. Convenient forget, huh? Yeah.
Well, I just texted him to you. It's not that hard to access your text messages.
I can't read.
So. Yes, you can. You've done Raw notes before.
I can't read anymore. I'm sorry.
You're doing them. You're not getting out of them, so...
So Raw just suddenly happened one day on February 20th, 2023. Your commentators maintain the same every week. Nothing changes. Unless they decide to fire Kevin Patrick or Corey Graves is never good. So Sami comes out and he cuts his promo for the night, and he calls out Kevin Owens. Place goes fucking crazy. Kevin Owens comes out. He says basically the gist of it is that he wants to help Kevin fight the Bloodline. Very emotional segment, but of course we're 6 weeks away from WrestleMania, so he turns him down.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have made sense to do it right there in Ottawa, but again, too much time.
Yeah.
So
I love this segment though. Love the reaction Sami got. I love that Kevin Owens actually pointed out that like he watched as the Bloodline beat him down before he even did anything anyways. I liked how he mentioned back in November he told him he was done with them. And I even love how he mentioned that the reason he came out to save Sami was not for Sami. He did it for like his family and stuff because he didn't want Sami's family to see the same thing that happened that his family had to go through when he got beat down at the Rumble. I love how he mentioned all that stuff. Like,
that was fantastic. I loved every bit of that. Like he saved Sami not for Sami, but for the fact that he didn't want to see his wife Khadijah and their son upset. Like that's admirable quality, Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
good guy, babyface, Kevin Owens.
And this is why I think that I know for a fact that Triple H won in this. I mean, even though Sami has a match, like they just end with him saying no, like that was it. Like there's more to like with Vince, it would have ended that way. There would have been like some other like thing that would have happened where like because Vince doesn't believe in like Triple H has those unspoken words type of thing that they have. Vince has to end a segment where like he wants to make it clear to the audience where they don't guess or anything like that. That's how Vince would have ended it right there.
Yeah, because again, the speculation.
Yeah,
it makes sense. We're still 6 weeks away from WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So Baron Corbin comes out, fucking piece of shit, beats down Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Literally fucking beats the shit out of him on the stage. They have a match, and it's actually more competitive than I thought it was going to be. And again, like I read something a few weeks, 2 weeks ago, that said even though the push is over, Corbin's still looking kind of strong, which means that it might be a push in the future for him, like with Sans JBL. But in the end, Sami wins, which is not really shocking because it'd be fucking shocking if he lost coming off of that match against Roman, and losing in Ottawa would not make any sense.
Especially to Baron Corbin.
Oh, yeah, especially to Baron Corbin, who literally has gotten the shit beat out of him the last 2 weeks and embarrassed by Cody Rhodes, too.
Yeah. Good match, though. It went through because I'm going to guess this is going to happen like after, unless doing like a big Raw, and especially after like a pay-per-view. This Raw was filled with picture-in-picture ad breaks. Wasn't obviously annoying because honestly it made the show fly faster because there was less commercials you had to sit through.
It was just a throwaway match too, also just to get Sami a win back.
But I was okay with the picture-in-picture breaks on Raw because they also weren't like doing like every match and stuff either. Like every. Like to the levels that AEW Dynamite does the picture, but everything is a picture-in-picture. Like there's never like a commercial really doing Dynamite. Like they basically don't want. Basically, you have to. Basically, you can't like go away from Dynamite. Like at least on Raw, they do the picture-in-pictures, but they won't like in your face type of thing. Again, that could have been more of a network type of thing and stuff like that. But still, I like the picture-in-picture breaks better on Raw than Dynamite. But what do you think about that?
I mean, it's okay. It's a picture-in-picture. It's really not anything to.
Yeah.
It happened during a throwaway match, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
I don't really remember much about the Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio interview. All
right, so Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio get interviewed. They talk about Rhea Ripley. Byron Saxton first asked her about the loss at Elimination Chamber. And Rhea Ripley says that she doesn't want to talk about Beth Phoenix anymore. She said she still won because Beth put her over, like, talk about how dominant she was after the match and everything like that. And she said that they're not going to talk about it. Then Byron tries to, like, bring it up again. And Dominic Mysterio basically threatens to, like, beat him up like he did to people in prison and all that type of stuff, which is hilarious. And they talk about Charlotte Flair. And Rhea Ripley basically says that Charlotte Flair, that she didn't really learn a lesson from Charlotte Flair. She said that she just tried to put her in her place and all that type of stuff. And Byron Saxton tries to ask, is there anything you want to say to Charlotte Flair now? He says, I'm going to wait until SmackDown. And then Dominic Mysterio just says, I understand my dad has a match on SmackDown too, so maybe I'll pay a visit to SmackDown, which clearly means he's getting involved in the match with Rey Mysterio and Karrion Kross. This was a pretty good interview here. I thought Dominic Mysterio was funny. And I felt scared for Byron Saxton because I thought he was going to get beat up. So, what do you think? What did you think of this?
I thought it was okay. Nothing special. Austin Theory, that interview was run of the mill again. Not really. It's just basically a set up a match with him and John.
Yeah,
like throwing in words here and there. Same how they did for Cody last year.
Yeah. They announced before this Raw anyways that John Cena is going to be on Raw on March 6th in TD Garden, which I'll be at. Got to get that in there somehow.
Of course. But Dolph Ziggler and Mustafa Ali had a match next. And they cut to the back, and it showed earlier in the night where Mustafa and Dolph were having a backstage segment where Mustafa Ali's gimmick is literally just he's DDP from 2001. He's just like, I gotta think with a positive attitude. Yay! I'm like, okay, this is DDP 2001. Just really, it was kind of funny and goofy.
Yeah.
But Ziggler's trying to be like a mentor to him. But he's again like they don't know what the fuck to do with him, so they're gonna turn him heel again. But the match itself, I thought was very good. Again, the connection in the ring there was really excellent. The Mustafa Ali wins with like a fucking ridiculous counter out of the Famouser, and wins with a fucking backslide.
Yeah, he kept smiling too after that too.
He kept smiling. He was so fucking happy.
Yeah, I thought
believe it.
I thought this was good. I would have liked this to have gone a little longer, because I think it was only like 5 minutes or whatever. But
yeah, could have gone 10, and I would have been happy.
Yeah, but I'm interested to see what they do with Mustafa Ali coming out of this, and I'm interested to see what they do with Dolph Ziggler coming out of this. So this was pretty good.
Next, we had the Miz and Maurice were interviewed by Kathy Kelly. And at first, backstage, when they came in to the segment, I thought Miz was just making out with a random person. I didn't know that was Maurice at first because she looked completely fucking different.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, Maurice isn't gonna like that. And it's like, wait a minute, that is actually Maurice. It threw me off for a second. So she basically hands him an envelope, and next week it's Miz TV, and he's going to announce what it is. I think he's going to be the host of WrestleMania.
Yeah, probably.
That's just my thought, because there's no match for him at Mania. So my thought process is he's going to be the host of WrestleMania. That seems too. I mean, it seems like where it's going. But
we'll see what.
Funny. It's actually a pretty funny segment.
Yeah, it was good.
So next, we have the one, the only, Cody Rhodes, the challenger for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. He comes out, cuts his promo, says, "What do you guys want to talk about?" Like every promo, if you notice, he says that every single time, going back to AEW. I found like a something on Twitter, and it's like he says this to start every fucking promo, and he smirks to the camera every time because he does it all the time. It's fucking funny.
I love it.
Paul Heyman comes on to the Tron and says that the Roman was going to sleep with Cody's wife, Brandy. Yeah. But yeah, I guess that he says he's not because he's a married man, but Paul Heyman wasn't. So insinuating that he was going to fuck Brandy Rhodes.
Yep.
That he would actually have a chance of there is non-existent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Paul Heyman cut a really, really good fucking promo again. Cody didn't have that much to say at the end because I think his promo time kind of got a little cut there. Really rushed. But yeah, overall, I thought the segment was really good.
I liked how Paul Heyman talked about how his WrestleMania dreams could be a nightmare because of what in the title means less time with your family. And I feel like this is also first time I think in a while that Cody's brother Dustin was referenced by name on WWE television.
Shit. I was like, oh, they actually mentioned Dustin.
Yeah. So yeah, I like this a lot. I thought this was really good. I'm still waiting for that. Obviously, I don't know when we're gonna get it, but the face-to-face that Cody and Roman are gonna have together because that's gonna be even more magic. I don't think it will be this week. I felt sometimes it's gonna happen on Raw. It won't be on SmackDown, but we'll see.
It has to. I think it has to be on Raw.
Yeah,
because again, SmackDown gets some good stories. Like obviously, this the program of Sami and Roman was across two brands. I think this one's just going to be on Raw.
Yeah.
And again, Cody could show up on SmackDown, but I don't think he would.
Yeah.
Plus, if it's closer to the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Yeah, really good stuff here.
So next we have Asuka and Nikki Cross.
Yeah, you skipped something.
Did I?
Yeah, Raw in Boston now. What the heck happened?
Yeah, that fucking ad for Raw in Boston. Yeah, of course.
I'm going to Raw in Boston. I just wanted to make sure that people knew.
Of course, you got to throw that in there.
Yeah. But yeah, continue.
But Asuka and Nikki Cross is next. That's the next match. Solid matchup. Asuka wins with the Asuka lock. Nothing too like crazy went on in this match.
Yeah.
Just a standard match. Didn't mind it.
Bianca Belair was out there, and to have a face-off, this goop came out of like Asuka's like mouth and all that type of stuff. It sounds bad, but it was actually really good if you actually watched it. It was really good. I liked it.
Yeah. Carmella's interviewed, and she basically said she wants to face Asuka, not herself. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
She wants to face Asuka. I don't know why. Corey Graves seemed very bothered by that. He was very shaken up by the fact that his wife wanted to face Asuka for some strange reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's beyond me. Really remember that much.
Then Seth Rollins came in.
Yeah, I don't remember much about that.
He came in and like basically talked about shit about Logan Paul and all that type of stuff. So,
or the MVP segment either. I don't.
That's when like the WrestleMania almost issued the WrestleMania challenge with to Brock Lesnar.
To Brock, yeah.
And he wants Brock to answer next week. So
yeah, Brock's on answer next week. Nice try. Good luck with that. You're probably Brock shit out of MVP and like thrown from like the top of the building, crashing through 75 tables.
Like when Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black were thrown off the roof at Money in the Bank in 2020, and we're on Raw the next night. But yeah, Rey gets his eye like pushed up against the steps, and he's off Raw for like a few weeks. But thrown off the building, nah, you're there the next night. That's honestly what it was.
It was too, yeah. The fucking next we have the Miz versus Seth freaking Rollins, and Seth just took out all his fucking anger on the poor guy.
Yeah.
He beat the living piss out of the Miz. The crowd was singing "Oh" the whole time.
Yeah.
Or the time of it. It was awesome. It was great. He just stomped Miz's head to the mat 3 times until the referee stopped it. Yeah, that was insane.
Really good.
That was crazy.
Match itself was really good too.
I don't really remember much about the fucking Carmella and Adam Pearce segment that happened.
Adam Pearce granted Carmella her match with Asuka next week since she came in and asked politely. He was really appreciative of that. Then he gets a call on his cell phone, and it's Chelsea Green. We haven't talked about this yet. So Chelsea Green has a Karen gimmick now. So when you told me about that, I forgot that Karen's like an actual term. I was thinking when you said that, I'm like, do you mean Karen Jarrett? Is that the gimmick? Like, is it the same thing? If you think about it, it actually is the Karen Jarrett, because Karen Jarrett, I think, acted this way as well. So it works. But apparently Chelsea Green was sent to the one Ottawa. She was sent to like a different one. So she wants something done about this. And Adam Pearce says we will try to make something done about this. And he pretends that he can't hear her and hangs up the phone. I actually like this gimmick that Chelsea Green is doing.
It's funny. It's like and it's not like she wasn't settled with this. She pitched this.
Yeah. I do think that somehow, like in this gimmick, we're going to get Zack Ryder / Matt Cardona coming back. Like she'll say, my husband's going to come back and deal with this or something. And then it's going to be Zack Ryder / Matt Cardona. And this will be a way for him to because the thing is, he can't cut. This could be a good way to bring him back as his heel persona. Because the thing is, I don't really think the WWE fans haven't seen his heel persona, and even the AEW fans, really, if you think about it, haven't seen his heel persona yet. So you need to kind of find a way to translate that in, because he can't just come out as a heel, because I think a lot of people will be confused about it. And honestly, I think it's gonna be great. I think when he comes back, I don't know. I definitely think he's gonna be back after WrestleMania. I'm I'm really not sure because I thought his last match in the NWA and the Indies and stuff was going to be with Tyrus for the belt, but it looks like he's going to have one final storyline with Bully Ray and in the NWA. I wish it was an Impact, to be honest, but I know Bully Ray's a heel in Impact, so that wouldn't really work. But I assume they'll have a match in the NWA somehow where like Matt Cardona will lose. It will be like a loser leaves NWA match, and Matt Cardona is going to win because, not win, but like even though he loses, he wins because he's out of that fucking company. That's basically how I look at it. So. Because he's gonna be making more money than Bully Ray will ever make. Well, I can't really say that. Bully Ray made a lot of money in the business. So, but yeah, he'll be seen by more people. Bully, how about that? He'll be seen by more people. So, but yeah, I think. But after this, then there's a segment backstage where Otis and Chad Gable are looking in the mirror trying to become like models and stuff. And Chad Gable doesn't understand why he's not picked to be a model. And him and Bronson Reed have a face off because they're having a match later in the show. But what did you think of this backstage segment? And obviously my point of, do you think that the Taylor gimmick's going to bring Matt Cardona back? Or do you think they're going to do their own things when they come in?
I feel like that they could work together. I feel like that's going to happen.
Yeah.
The backstage segment was I thought the Otis and Chad one.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope they don't break up the team, but you never know. But I feel like that this fucking Karen gimmick is going to be funny as hell.
Yeah. And like I said, if it leads to Matt Cardona / Zack Ryder returning, I'm all for it.
I am too.
And especially too, like I'll talk about this one last thing. Like we've seen, as good as Matt Cardona's been as a heel, I think WWE can really capitalize on it. Especially too, if Cody wins the belt, like that's a easy, I guess not SummerSlam, but that could be like an easy like Money in the Bank or like a B pay-per-view like title match that they can have or something. And if Matt Cardona gets over as a heel, who knows? He could. Think about that. We could see Zack Ryder / Matt Cardona. There's a chance we could see him as WWE champion. Whoever would have thought we would have said that, like even like 3 years ago. So, because he deserves it.
If that happens.
Yeah. I almost went to talk about the next thing, but I figured you're doing the Raw notes. Not me. You.
So we have a Ding Dong Hello segment with Damage Control. And they basically Bailey comes out as trash as Canada. Not a fucking surprise. She's a heel. It's fucking pretty easy. Come on, say Canada sucks. Whatnot. It does, but I firmly agree with that. Canada does suck. But yeah, so she basically just trashes on him. It's Canada Day, and it's a family day in Canada. So that elicits her to say that this is her family. Okay, and then Becky Lynch comes out and says that they barely even defend their championships. And they should defend them against Becky and a partner of her choosing. And Bailey basically goes, "Ha, you're good friends." And out comes Lita. Awesome. Great. And I think Lita says that they want to challenge for the tag titles. But before they do that, Bailey basically says, if you're gonna come in, you go through the door. So they went through the fucking door.
I thought at first like
the APA office, which is fucking hilarious to me.
I thought they were gonna like kick the door down or something when they came through.
So too, but they just casually walked through. That was so funny.
Yeah.
But I think it's next week on Raw is going to be Lita and Becky Lynch versus Damage Control for the tag titles.
Yeah, that'll be good. Which I guess Dakota Kai will be ready to go by then. So,
had crutches in this interview, which seemed like she wasn't ready. But I don't know.
Or maybe not that she's not ready. Maybe they'll do the freeboard rule where Bailey steps in and
and loses
the match instead. That'd be cool. But yeah, I liked this segment. it gets Lita back, it gets Becky back. So there were reports that Trish Stratus was somehow supposed to be on this show, and she walked out. We don't know why she walked out. They didn't really go. We haven't heard anything more about it. If there was any backstage cheat or anything like that, but that's twice. But she did walk out. She was supposed to be on Raw a couple of weeks ago, but she wasn't able to be there. So that is interesting because they want to do the 6-woman tag with I think Damage Control, Becky versus Becky, Lita, and Trish. And this obviously was the time I think Trish was supposed to be on since they were in Canada. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm not sure what happened. So, but I'm looking forward to this tag title match regardless. So
yeah, I am too. I'm excited for it. It's this next segment's weird. It's like Candice LeRae is interviewed by Byron Saxton, and then out of fucking nowhere, Nikki Cross just like walks through. She's all fucking scared and frazzled.
Yeah.
It was just a really bizarre segment. And Candice is asking her if she's okay, like what's going on. And she's like, and she's upset, and Nikki Cross is upset, and she says she doesn't have any friends, and then just runs away. I was like,
yeah, I don't know.
It was bizarre.
I didn't hate the segment though because I'm going to see where it goes, but it was just a bizarre segment.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes because it's like I don't know if it means her teaming up with Piper or if it means like sanity. I don't know. I'm just like thinking of like different things.
Yeah. But I didn't hate it though.
I didn't hate it either. It was just really, really bizarre segment.
Yeah.
Next we had Bronson Reed versus Chad Gable with Otis. Relatively quick match again. Bronson getting his heat back, but the whole time fucking Otis was distracted by Maxime Dupree. I'm not fucking surprised. She's hot as hell. I'm not surprised he's distracted by her even in one bit.
Yeah, I bet you were too.
She's an attractive woman. Who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bronson Reed fucking just annihilates fucking Gable and wins.
I mean, Gable got some offense in, but
it's a get your heat back and fucking win the match.
Yeah, I like the match. I just hope they don't break up Otis. Because the thing is, that Maximum Male Models too isn't that good of a gimmick, and I don't want Otis. I guess I get Otis is funny and stuff, but I don't want him to be involved with that gimmick. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I guess they have to do something with Maximum Male Models, but
they do because it's been downhill since fucking Eli Drake left, or fucking LA Knight, what the fuck his name is.
Actually, it's been downhill since Triple H took over. Actually.
Oh yeah, because they were gonna. Well, I feel like eventually LA Knight was gonna fucking break free from the group anyway. Just because it's so terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, Elias is out next doing his typical song and dance type of routine.
Yeah, and Rick Boogs take notes too.
Oh, Rick Boogs too, yeah. And then fucking Bobby comes out and fucking kills him.
Yeah.
Just annihilates him.
I wonder if he was taking notes on that.
He should have.
Yeah, but what not to do.
Byron Saxon's next interviewing Edge, and he says that Edge is basically saying that his career is coming to an end.
Yeah.
Relatively soon, which is sad because I think one of the pay-per-views near the end of the year is in Canada. I think it's in Toronto for SummerSlam or Survivor Series. I think it's Survivor Series. And I think he said that he's going to retire at the end of the year. So this is the last year for Edge in wrestling.
Yeah, and he said he wants to retire like in Canada too. So
I think it's it's Survivor Series, but it could be SummerSlam. One of those two are in Canada.
Yeah.
But it's his first match in Ottawa in I think he said 16 years or something like that. It's been a long time since he wrestled in Ottawa. But he gets his chance at Austin Theory for the United States Championship. And it's a good match, really good match between him and Theory. Back and forth, and then Finn Balor comes out for the distraction. Edge nails him, and then he walks right into a fucking A-Town down. Boom, match over. Austin Theory retains.
And then afterwards, like Finn Balor like hits 3 coup de grace on Edge.
It just fucking kills him.
Yeah.
It just fucking kills him with coup de grace. But yeah, like I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
It was a good match. Again, Edge main eventing an auto, pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's going to be gone for a little while, I think.
Yeah. Big victory for Austin Theory too over Edge. Really puts him over.
And also to make Balor look like a fucking killer, also too.
Oh my gosh, he murdered Edge. He hit 3 coup de grace.
3 of them.
Yeah, no, I remember too. Like they were showing like a replay. He just hit a fucking another one like right after the replay. Like right,
it's like what the fuck? Stop! Please, you're gonna kill him.
I think he is. We're not gonna see Edge for. We're not gonna see Edge for like 2 weeks.
But I like it. It makes Balor look really fucking strong too.
Yeah,
and Balor gets his heat back. And you know what I noticed too? This entire feud against Finn Balor, Edge just got his ass kicked all the time.
I know.
Like, Edge every fucking time just got his ass kicked. There was no like, oh, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him and then get suspended for it. It was like Brock would like do something stupid and get suspended. And this feud against the Judgment Day, he got his ass kicked to get written off every single fucking time.
And they have to keep like returning, like, oh, Edge is back. Oh my gosh, he's coming for Judgment Day. I'm pretty sure like he's gonna. Like if it like at Mania, like fucking Balor's probably gonna like kill Edge, take out a gun and shoot him or something. Like he's gonna kill.
And he's gonna appear on the next night and get taken out again. But this time in an ambulance.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been. By the way, if Vince was running this show, Edge would have been like in a stretcher, like wondering if he'll even make it to WrestleMania type of thing.
And take it to a local medical facility.
Yeah. But anyhow, I thought Raw was really good this week. I liked it. I give it like a B. Really good follow-up show to Elimination Chamber and doesn't just set up stories for Mania, but I like that they're setting up storylines that not necessarily are gonna be on like Mania, but like the stuff that we can pay attention to and stuff like that.
Yeah, the next few.
Yeah.
Except for Elias. I don't expect him to get his heat back.
He's not. He's fucking done. He's
It's not even the gimmick's not even over anymore. To be honest with you, like I like Elias, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just not. It's just not over anymore.
Yeah, he needs to do something new. All right, let's talk about the worst show of the week, which was NXT, which was last night. But first, let's see if we got any comments first. We didn't. That's sad. I think 15 minutes of fame are over, man.
It is. It's fun while it lasted.
But last night NXT was February 21st, 2023. Oh wait, did you give your grade to Raw?
I'll give it the same as you.
Oh, okay. But yeah, NXT was February 21st, 2023. We had Booker T and Vic Joseph on commentary. It showed the intro where they talked about the title matches and stuff. It opened up with Trick Williams versus Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov has terrible new music now. I think he's changed the theme like 3 times in the past year.
Seems like it.
And they get worse every time. This is the worst one, though, believe it or not. At least the other one like fit his thing he was doing. Now he does this thing where he waves his arm to the music, and now the song doesn't fit what he does anymore. So, but they have like a pretty good match here. Trick Williams attacks him like before the match, and he beats him up for a bit. And then Dragunov mounts a comeback. And during this, Jordan Devlin comes out and has like a face-off with Dragunov. And this allows Trick Williams to knock him off the apron. He hits his back and neck on the apron like really hard. And he hits a neck breaker, but Dragunov kicks out. And then afterwards, Dragunov mounts a comeback. He hits the Torpedo Moscow on him for the win as Devlin's on commentary. Yeah, that was it. I thought this was good. I definitely think Dragunov should have put away Trick Williams a lot more easily than he did. I don't think that gets him over at all. The fact that he had like a legit match with Trick Williams, who fucking never wrestles, but that's Shawn Michaels book. That's the Shawn Michaels booking right there. So, what do you think of this?
I thought the match was solid. It definitely needed to be like a shorter match for sure.
Yeah,
fucking shouldn't have been at all that long. That was way
Yeah.
too long of a match. For Trick Williams to do this in wrestle than like fucking 7 months.
I don't like the fact. How do you feel that he does wrestle? I don't like the fact that he wrestles. He should just be a manager.
He should just be a manager. I mean, he's good in the ring, but like, he hasn't wrestled in fucking months.
Yeah, and the fact that like, yeah. Because if this was on the main roster, this would have been a fucking squash, by the way. I'm just telling you that right now.
Oh,
then Jinder Mahal does like a promo. He talks some more about Braun Breaker losing steam with the fans during this title reign. And then he mentions the fact that Braun Breaker was in this position like a year ago when he faced when he put his title on the line like right before WrestleMania and he lost to a former world champion. And he mentions that Jinder Mahal surprised the fans before when he beat Randy Orton for the title and he won the U.S. title at Mania. And I noticed all those moments too was surprises. And we didn't like those surprises. So I think that's why he mentioned those surprises. Decent promo here by Jinder, I guess. What'd you think of it?
I mean, it's a solid promo. Like, I don't think the match is going to be bad.
Oh, the match was on the show.
Yeah.
There you go. Whatever. It was good. Fallon Henley's backstage trying to call Brooks Jensen, but it keeps going like straight to voicemail and all that type of stuff. He won't respond because he's mad at her. And Josh Briggs comes in and basically tells Fallon Henley that she screwed up, and Fallon Henley agrees. However, mentions, why did Kiana James just say that was a brother all along? And Josh was like, you got to make this right. You're starting to act like an ass now. So she says, I'm going to go make this right, and I'm not going to call Kiana James. I'm going to do this in person. Bad segment.
Real quick, as you're talking about this horrific segment, if you see comments with a bunch of promotion, it's for our plugs, so pay no attention to the comment section right now. Okay, carry on with this shit show.
But yeah, what do you think of this backstage segment between Fallon Henley and Josh Briggs?
Terrible.
Yeah. Mako Satomura has a class, and Roxanne Perez comes up and wants to join in on the class. So they do all these things where they do like, how many squats do they do? Like 2,000 squats or whatever. It was like a lot. And they have to do all this stuff. And basically after each like workout, all of the students left except Roxanne Perez. And then we found out, and then Roxanne Perez thinks the workout's over. And Mako Satomura was like, what are you talking about? That's just a warm-up. We got to get the real stuff now. It's like, whoa, that was just a warm-up? I was fucking scared when I saw that was the fucking warm-up. Like, holy shit. I hope I never have to do that. But I liked I guess the segment was good. I don't know why like they have to do like these long segments. Why can't they just like have a match based off respect? Why do they have to get like these long video packaging segments? But it's what it is. What do you think of it?
I didn't mind it. I thought it was, it got over both Miko and Roxanne. I'm happy that they're having a match.
Yeah.
Like, are we really going to have to do, like, these training fucking segments for, like, another week?
Yeah.
Like, I really don't want to see these.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to guess you shut NXT off after a while because they do another one later in the show. So, next, Tyler Bate does a promo. And he touched this really good promo talking about his ups and downs in like NXT and stuff like that. He touched a really good promo. A lot of people were chanting for Grayson Waller doing this promo, which kind of sucked because he's really good. And then the Schism come out. They tell Tyler Bate that the only way he can conquer NXT is by joining the Schism, pretty much. And Tyler Bate doesn't say no, but he doesn't say yes either. He's just kind of like whatever. And then he gets saved by Chase U. I was kind of hoping Trent Seven would make his return, but I'm pretty sure Trent Seven is signed with AEW or something, so he wasn't going to come out here. But like, it would have been a perfect time for Trent Seven to return if he was going to return, but it didn't happen. And then afterwards, that was it. What do you think of that? I like the Tyler Bate interview, but I don't like the fact that he's going to feud with Schism. I think that's a terrible utilization of Tyler Bate.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty again, Schism is just not good.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, like, because Joe Gacy's gimmick used to be, like, pretty good, and all of a sudden, like, he's just fucking shit now. Like, I could say this: he's not Bray Wyatt anymore because Bray Wyatt's now that you've seen Bray Wyatt come back, I don't really see the comparisons as much as I did before. So,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Afterwards, it leads to a match between Schism, which was the Grizzled Young Veterans versus Chase U. They had a really long match. It went through like 2 commercial breaks. Something tells me they did not have a lot of faith in that NXT title match because that match did not go all that long either. But eventually, when Andre Chase gets the second hot tag of the match, he's doing his own thing where he spells out his name as he's stomping a mud hole into one of the Grizzled Young Veterans. And he like stops in between. I'm like, wait, why did he stop? But I guess he saw that like Thea here was really scared of Ava. And he goes and protects her, tags in Duke Hudson. And Duke Hudson loses the match with a double code breaker. And yeah, that was it. Afterwards, Duke Hudson tells Andre Chase that like Thea Hill needs to stand on her own and walks off. So I don't like this at all. I thought the match was really good, but I don't like that it's going to possibly lead to the breakup of Chase U, which is fucking over. I don't understand that, but what do you think of it?
I thought the match was fine. Shawn Michaels has no fucking clue what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because anytime something like remotely gets over, he breaks it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
G-Shoe's over. Oh, can't have that. Break him up. Like, what is the point?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, someone, please, for the love of God, I beg of you, please take the fucking book away from him.
Yeah, please. And it's not going to happen because he's really good friends with Triple H and all that type of stuff. So, you know. I mean, this is what Triple H has to ask himself. Does he want to be... It's the same thing we talked about with Tony Khan in the fall. Is he in the friends business or is he in the wrestling business? It's a good question to ask. But next, Mr. Stone and Von Wagner are backstage, and Mr. Stone wants Von Wagner to give him something so that he can help him. And then Tony D and Stacks come up, and they're upset that Von Wagner stole their title match. So Tony D challenges him to a match. Mr. Stone tries to talk him out of it. And at first he's successful, but when they start making comments about how Mr. Stone's like his daddy, that it makes him accept. Then next we have a backstage interview with Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey, where they talk about why they turned on Hank Walker. Drew Gulak says that, he doesn't think Hank Walker really belonged in this business. He was just trying to leech off him. And he says that to be successful in this business, you have to be ruthless like Charlie Dempsey. And that was it. I liked this. And then Sal Ruka has a vignette where she talks about how she's had all these struggles. And she says that when she tries something new, she doesn't just give up on it. She keeps at it until time goes on. She should tell Shawn Michaels that because he's doing... apparently, when he sees something new, he wants to break it up the very second that it gets over. So, anyhow, she said that she wants to face Zoe Starks in a rematch. What do you think of all these segments? The Von Wagner, Mr. Stone segment, the Drew Gulak, Charlie Dempsey interview, and the Sal Ruka vignette.
They were all decent. Again, it looks like Mr. Stone's leaving Von Wagner.
Yeah,
just by the look of it. He got very angry with him.
Mm-hmm.
Abused him. Got very mad.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah,
I mean, it could be he's going up to manage Chelsea Green. Could be that.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, I don't know if that's needed though. If Matt Cardona comes back, so
yeah, but for the time being, I think it could work.
Yeah.
The Hank Walker thing, I just don't care. Charlie Dempsey with Drew Gulak is interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. I just don't get the point of like putting Hank Walker with Drew Gulak for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And going, you know what? Don't turn on him now.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, the Soruko thing. I like it's again. She looks like she's going to be a rising star in NXT.
Well, we say that. Let's get to the next match. JC Jade versus Indy Hardwell. Remember how you talked about a rising star in NXT? I'll let you talk about this. Talk about this beauty of a match right here.
The biggest jobber in NXT right now, Indy Hartwell.
Yeah.
Lucky we didn't see a conclusion of the fucking match because Gigi Dolan came out and kicked her ass.
But Indy Hartwell got like barely any offense like in the match anyways. Like she was getting fucking destroyed until like that happened. Like it was terrible. I feel like it was too soon to probably been back like Gigi Dolan. She probably should have stayed on the shelf.
A week or so.
But whatever. Next, Mako Satomura has another class with Roxanne Perez where they do a lot of training stuff. They show respect for each other, and that was the end of that. That was fine. Then Zoe Stark gets interviewed, and she doesn't understand why Mako Satomura gets a title match over everybody else when she's been showing herself. She doesn't even want to talk about Sal Ruko, so she challenges Mako Satomura to a match next week, and it happens. What do you think of these two segments?
I liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Next, we have Gallus versus Malik Blade and Idias Inoue. Sounds like a good match, right? It's a fucking squash. I mean, it wasn't a complete squash, but the match went like 3 minutes. You knew that fucking Malik Blade and Idias Inoue were losing because they didn't get a fucking entrance. Remember when these guys were like you thought they were gonna win the Dusty Classic last year, and now they can't even like get a match really? Like it's pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
Gallus' new tag finisher sucks. It's not like the Insecurity Power Slam anymore. It's like a chop to the back of the Power Slam. It's pretty bad. During the match, not Pretty Deadly, but some guys out there that like work for Pretty Deadly gave him like a cake for like the 2-year anniversary when they lost the NXT UK tag titles to them. The commentators did a pretty bad job of explaining that. They just said, "Oh, they beat him 2 years ago." It's like, well, why is that significant? They didn't really mention why. Then afterwards, Pretty Deadly come out. They beat him up. And they hit like a version of spilt milk to like Wolfgang under the steps. It was a pretty bad version of it though, because it was like a spine buster and like no milk. It was no milk there. So
no, it wasn't.
What do you think of this match and like the post-match angle and everything?
So it's a pretty solid match. Post-match angle pretty much like sets up that Gallus is going to be the faces in this feud.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pretty Deadly's back to being themselves again after like being homeless for like to like a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't mind it. I liked it.
Then Dabba-Kato cuts a promo. This is in response to Apollo Crews. He says that the reason he turned on Apollo Crews was because he abandoned him when he went back to NXT and did not credit him for any of the success he had on the main roster because he's the reason he won the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, and he was like a loyal soldier to him and all that type of stuff. And he says that he's not there to help Apollo Crews. He's here to hurt Apollo Crews. What do you think of this segment?
Pretty stupid. One, why did he need to be with him everywhere? What if he's taking a pee? You mad he's taking a pee by himself?
Yeah, I guess so.
Can't go to the bathroom by himself, huh?
I guess not.
Call him everywhere like he's a fucking puppy dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. That's stupid. Like it's just dumb.
Yeah. Then we have another dumb segment. It's Vic Joseph and Booker T are talking about something, and then Stevie Turner starts like a live stream up. Coincidentally, it fucking went to the Titantron and everything. What a coincidence that happened. She is doing a live stream pretty much talking about Live Valkyria and about like her bad history and everything. She gets some super chat questions of it and stuff like that. But she just basically puts down Live Valkyria and said she's not going to get fired out of the business because she's going to step up against me and I'm going to be here, which is totally not going to happen. She's totally going to lose the Live Valkyria. And she tries to like be all smart and fancy by looking up all this information about her that probably isn't even remotely true and all that type of stuff. And then I remember Vic Joseph like tried to ask her a question and she's like, "Oh, that's the end of the stream. Bye. See ya." I was like, "What the fuck was that?" This is so stupid. This segment was dumb. What do you think of this?
It was weird as hell.
Yeah.
It's like he was supposed to, like Vic Joseph was supposed to ask her a question. Like, "Yep, okay, bye." Okay, I guess no questions then.
And then there was one point where Vic Joseph was like talking over her too when she was talking too, like that type of thing. Like,
It's like, what the heck?
this is dumb. I hate it. I don't like this gimmick. What do you think of this gimmick? I think it's stupid.
It is very stupid.
I don't think she even had this gimmick in like the UK. I think this is like a Shawn Michaels gimmick. He's trying to get over. It's not working.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Then we had like Von Wagner with Mr. Stone versus Tony D with Stacks. This match was bad. Tony D won, thank God, but this match was fucking terrible. Afterwards, he challenges Dijak to like a jailhouse street fight, and he says he has to respond next week. I don't know what happens if he doesn't respond next week, but I guess I wouldn't want to be Dijak. What do you think?
Still
what
has
do you
to
think
go
of
to the jailhouse.
What did you think of this, Chris? Of this beauty of a match right here?
It was bad.
And what about the announcement of a jailhouse street fight if it happens?
I hope Tony D wins.
He's not winning.
That's all you can hope.
I hope the jailhouse wins.
I hope they do that segment they did like back with the Mountie and like the Big Boss Man, where like whoever loses has to go to jail for like a week or whatever. But that's probably not going to happen. Next, Nikita Lyons is back. Getting interviewed. She talked about how her surgery and stuff was successful. So she said she's going to make a recovery, but she could still be out a year. And Mackenzie Mitchell asked, well, who do you think attacked you in the parking lot? She says, I don't know. I didn't really see it. But when I intend to find out who it is. And then the Tiffany Stratton comes up. And I don't even know why she was there. I forget why. But she basically tells Nikita Lyons to go away. Nobody wants to see her there. Because, I don't know, just because no one wants to see her. And Nikita Lyons thinks that Tiffany Stratton attacked her. And she said that she has better things to do than attack the bottom of the barrel. Actually, lower than the bottom of the barrel. I don't even know what that is. And then this segment was just so weird because it's like the teasing a match, but they can't do a fucking match because Nikita Lyons is legit. Like, why did they bring Nikita Lyons back so fucking quick? Like, that didn't make any sense. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I just don't care about Nikita Lyons even regardless.
Yeah. Or Tiffany Stratton. I don't care about
I don't give a fuck about either of them.
Tiffany Stratton, this is my one chance to rant on this bitch, so I'm going to take it. This bitch is like nails on a chalkboard, dude. I can't stand the sound of her. I can't. Dude, I don't know if you guys saw this, but on Jeff Meacham Network for New Year's Evil, I had to sit through this goddamn tragedy of a show. And Tiffany Stratton came out. She looked nice, right? And so I'm like,
well, there's a reason. There's a reason for that.
Well,
James.
eye candy. Okay, I like eye candy sometimes.
There's a reason she looks so...
I'm a red-blooded American male, so I enjoy this. And then
there's a reason why, though.
Yeah. There's a reason she looks so nice. If I don't.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever?
Oh yeah. Enhancements. I understand, but still.
Big fun bags.
Big fun bags. All the fun bags. But listen, I was thinking, okay, cool, eye candy, nice. Then she gets a microphone and opens her mouth. Did you miss me? Bro, no shit. Got off the fucking call, put my headphones down on air. I've never done this on a live call. Walk the fuck out. I was good. Nope. And now you're telling me that we got Nikita Lyons taking this person on? No.
Well, not for 12 months.
Well, that will be a -5-star match. Anyway, carry on. I just wanted to get my digs in on. I just wanted to get my digs in on Miss Tiffany Stratton's new gimmick. Just yeah.
It's really new. It's like I don't even know if it's. I don't even know what it is.
It's wicked annoying, bro. Whatever it is.
And then doing this, Tatum Paxley was watching this backstage, and Ivy Nile comes up. They have a conversation about like, there's no way you attacked her. No way. And then they go to have the match. And Tatum Paxley's like, I'm just gonna chill back here. And Ivy Nile's like, well, why are you doing that for? You're just fueling the fire of like Kaylee Ray and Nyla Dawn. Just come out there with me. Come on. And then that was it. This segment was bad too. What are you doing?
It's bad.
Yeah.
There's nothing more. Nothing less.
Trick Williams is backstage, and Carmelo Hayes congratulates him on his impressive performance against Ilya Dragunov. And Tyler Bate, you see in the background, comes up and he like commemorates Trick Williams and stuff, and he compares him to like some type of driftwood or something that you like find. I don't even know, but it was really good. And then Carmelo Hayes and Tyler Bate have like a mutual respect, saying that they're gonna go after the NXT championship and stuff. This is pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good too. Also, yeah.
I mean, later on, a match gets announced. I don't know what. I guess Shawn Michaels booking that somehow led to like I did not think we're having a match next week type of thing. Like that was way too soon for that. I thought, but what do you think?
Yeah,
like they should have had it should have been like 2 weeks or something.
It should have been, yeah.
Next, Avi Nile with Tatum Paxley faces Kaylee Ray with Isla Dawn. Really, I guess the match itself wasn't bad. I just didn't care about it, and that was just done with the show at this point. Ivy Nile loses because Isla Dawn gets up on the apron, and this causes Tatum Paxley to get up and shout. And Kaylee Ray she's about to be locked in the Dragon Sleeper, and Kaylee Ray steps back, and Paxley and Nile collide heads, and Kaylee Ray hits like hits a wrestling move for the win. Who cares? What do you think? I don't care about any of this. Yeah,
didn't care.
Braun Breaker has a video package showing his title reign that we've seen like 3,000 times on before. Would you think of that?
It's the same thing. Doesn't matter at this point.
Then Kiana James is at her office at 9:45 at night. Somehow her business is still open. What the hell's going on there? That doesn't even make any sense. And she has an appointment with Fallon Henley. Fallon Henley comes up and apologizes, but doesn't really apologize to Kiana James about what happened. So Kiana James says that you need to start trusting that I have Jensen's interest at heart, and we could be a good team. They basically make up and all that type of stuff. So I don't care about any of this, though. I have a feeling something will happen next week anyways that, like, I don't know. What do you think of this?
It's just like they can't wait to break up Briggs and Jensen.
Yeah,
they just can't wait.
I know. I like how the team that's going to get broken up is the legitimate tag team out of this, not the fucking Fallon Henley, Kiana James tag team. Isn't that great? It's awesome. Wesley has an interview. This was pretty good. He talks about, defending the North American title, and he's going to have another open challenge next week. I can't wait to see that. What do you think of this?
It was interesting. Yeah, it's exciting. I can't wait.
Then we had the main event. It was for the NXT Championship. It was Jinder Mahal challenging Braun Breaker for the belt. Jinder Mahal was this match was bad. It was terrible.
God damn it. Let him die. Why do you have to keep shoving Jinder Mahal on our screens? Just let him fizzle out and release him. Fuck.
Braun Breaker wins with a spear. And then afterwards, I think he has a face-off with, like, Carmelo. I don't even know who he had a face-off with. They never showed who it was. I think it was meant to be Carmelo Hayes, but there was, like, someone standing up on the perch. You never saw who it was. What do you think of that?
Yeah. Yes. This match sucked, and then, yeah.
Then the show gets awesome for, like, 30 seconds. Grayson Waller takes over the show. At first, I thought I hit something on my remote because it, like, I had the remote ready to shut the TV off. I thought I accidentally, like, went to Peacock or something. Like, wait, did I do something? What happened? And then the Grayson Waller takes over the show and basically challenges Shawn Michaels to show up on the Grayson Waller effect. I don't know what's going to come of that. I think it's to make people think that Shawn Michaels is going to come back and have a match, which I don't think will happen, but I'm interested in this. What do you think of this? I love Grayson Waller. He was the best thing on this whole show, and he's on it for like 30 seconds.
Again, like Grayson Waller does excellent work. Yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah. This show is bad. This was like a D. I hated this show. Nothing like bad on the show, but I was just bored watching the show. It was nothing exciting, and the storylines are terrible. I don't know. Like maybe the wrestling was better than I thought, but I legitimately I was just bored watching the show. I almost fell asleep. What do you think?
I I don't know. Like this fucking show just sucked.
Maybe because we were just coming off of watching a fantastic Elimination Chamber and a really good Raw that like I had to come watch this. It's the first time I also watched like NXT live. I usually watch it on recording, so usually I can get through the show faster. Today, I think it's fitting. A lot of people say that Raw can be a slog sometimes. I honestly looked at my phone on Raw this week, and it was like 10:30. Like, whoa, Raw's already almost over. And then this show, it was like 9:07. I'm like, oh my gosh, why can't the show just fucking end? It was terrible.
Exactly, it was just not good.
Yeah.
The show just sucked. It's like a fucking D-.
I feel like too we need to be seeing like top-notch programming because you're coming off to like NXT Stand and Deliver like pretty soon. That's like the big show for WrestleMania, and this is the type they don't even have a match announced for it yet either. It's like, what are you doing? Like why are you doing an NXT big show on USA Network right before the show too? I get you have 6 weeks, but it's like what's more important?
Because Shawn Michaels sucks at the fucking book. I've been saying this even before he ran NXT. He sucked at running his own promotion in 99 to 2000. He sucks now. He's an awful fucking writer. He's a worse booker. And he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
I just don't get how that happens, though. This is like one of the all-time greats in the business, and he's fucking it up. I don't get how this happens.
This television show, and I've seen clips of what you're talking about. It's abysmal. Yeah. This is not enjoyable. Every week, NXT and Level Up are the worst shows every fucking week. It's not even a competition. Dude, AEW Dark and fucking Elevation are better than this shit. I'm not capping. I'm not capping. This shit sucks. How have we gotten here? Like, what the fuck happened?
I don't know.
What the hell? I thought we were supposed to get a fucking reinvigoration of black and gold NXT with this white and gold era. And instead it's somehow worse than tie-dye. It's worse than Vince.
I don't know how that happened. Like,
the pay-per-views, by the way, aren't usually, which is the fucking weirdest part. Because usually the pay-per-views somewhat deliver. Not black and gold, but they do deliver. So it's really weird that the pay-per-views deliver, but the fucking television show, god damn. What the fuck? Like, it's
torture.
It's awful. Every week. And by the way, I noticed this too. Not that I have a problem with it because it's good content, whatever. But like, dude, every week I listen back to the podcast. It's always NXT. It's always something with NXT. Raw's great. SmackDown has like a couple duds in there, but usually it's pretty good. Even main event like is pretty decent now. It's NXT. It's NXT.
And the thing is, main event's decent, right? That's loaded with the NXT. They put the NXT talent on there for the most part, so it's clearly not the talent. So
no, it's the fucking writing.
Yeah,
we know this, bro. I'm still to this day flabbergasted. We might as well just fucking talk about this, and then I actually want to call it audible and give you guys something positive to talk about it because this show sounded like it was awful.
We're gonna talk about the game, yeah.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I forgot about you. You were going to talk about the game. I was going to say you guys want to do SmackDown predictions, but I forgot you had that too.
We're doing that too, yeah.
But fuck me, dude. Seriously, why did they not give Grayson Waller the belt?
We talked about it last week. Yeah, it was. I don't know why.
Like Chris, do you think that this fucking show? Would you think the show would even be more bearable? Even if Grayson Waller had the belt. Because I'm not even sure if it would be, you know. He'd be the best part of the fucking show, but...
Yeah.
It's just, I don't think so.
It'd be like...
It's just terrible booking.
Yeah, it'd be like the It'd be like how TNA was when it was dying. Like EC3 was the best thing on the show, and then that was
Bro,
it.
I'd argue TNA at its dying days and its worst fucking time was better than this fucking shit Shawn Michaels is booking now. I would say that with 100,000% confidence. Seriously, it's bad. This is bad.
I mean, we talked about it last week. Carmelo Hayes isn't necessarily like a bad option to beat the belt, but I was thinking about it like this: like Grayson Waller is going to get you more views on NXT than I'm not hating on Carmelo Hayes. I'm just talking about reality here. By the way, like Grayson Waller was, like if I was booking NXT, Grayson Waller would be the champion, but he would have won the belt at Vengeance Day.
I agree.
I'm not saying Carmelo Hayes is a bad choice, but Grayson Waller was a better choice.
Grayson Waller versus Carmelo Hayes should be the match you're building.
Yeah.
To be fucking honest, like they are the two best workers in the entire brand. It's not even close.
True.
But it's just strange, like, because Apollo Crews was struggling on the main roster and stuff before he went to NXT.
I'd argue he's even worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that Nigerian gimmick was actually getting him some steam, too. As much as I hate to admit it. I don't know why they abandoned that and tried to make him back to what he was before. The whole point of him going to that gimmick was because a lot of the higher-ups said he was lacking character, which, by the way, I don't agree with Vince on a lot, but he fucking was.
Yeah.
And he adopted that Nigerian gimmick, actually got over with it, after Heyman put him over like $1 million, by the way, which a lot of people forget about.
Mm-hmm. If you remember, he was actually doing stuff with the Bloodline before he went into that Nigerian gimmick.
Yes, which turned him into the Nigerian gimmick, by the way.
Yeah.
It was a seamless transition, and then he finally got some character. Won the IC title, I think, at one point.
He did.
And then they fucking stripped that of him because... Why, I don't know.
I don't even know. The gimmick that he has now is like he could see the future type of thing. I don't even. He's like a sidekick now, I guess. I don't even know.
Oh, fuck off.
That's legit the gimmick.
Another fucking witchcraft gimmick? Oh, that went so well with Isla Dawn and Abba Fire.
Yeah.
God damn.
But anyhow, let's do some predictions for some upcoming TV. Why don't we do NXT first since we're on the topic? We have some matches. We have some matches announced. I don't even remember what they are now. Tyler Bate versus Carmelo Hayes will be a banner. Unfortunately, I mean, Carmelo Hayes should win, but it's probably going to be because of Schism when they're going to do that terrible feud with Schism and Tyler Bate, which nobody wants to see. I mean, I say that, but that's just my opinion. I don't want to see it anyways. What do you think's happening there, Chris?
Tyler Bate versus Carmelo Hayes should be awesome, but I just don't care about Schism.
Yeah.
I have to ask, does Schism have the tism?
They do not.
Okay.
What else is I don't even know what else is booked for the show. I really don't care. Wesley's having his open challenge next week. That will be awesome. That's actually Wesley actually is like one of the best things on NXT also, by the way. We should overlook that, but I don't even know what else is announced for NXT. So let's talk about SmackDown. We have the kick-ass SmackDown announced. We're going to have Rey Mysterio versus Karrion Kross. That's probably going to be a Karrion Kross win via Dominic Mysterio interference. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's going to...
I don't think like it will set up the match at Mania, but they're going to start to get that storyline at least going again. Especially since Judgment Day could show up on SmackDown now with Rhea Ripley having the SmackDown Women's title match and everything. So Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair are supposed to have like a face-off. I assume they're going to have like a really good like shoot promo because this is the first time they've come face-to-face since they feuded in 2021. And maybe Rhea Ripley will lay out like Charlotte Flair somehow. What do you think? It's to get some heat back from the loss at Elimination Chamber. What do you think?
Yeah.
And then and then we have the Firefly Funhouse segment. That's going to be awesome. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that because will Alka Howley be involved in it somehow? But I expect Bray Wyatt's going to cut a promo on somebody, probably like Lashley or Brock, since he mentioned them last week. What do you think?
Yeah, Yeah, I think so. That's either one of them is going to get mentioned. Yeah.
All I know is since we know that Shawn Michaels is Uncle Howdy or plays as Uncle Howdy at the Royal Rumble, there's no way that he can fuck up that show as a stunt double more than he can fuck up NXT as a booker. So
yeah. And then one thing I expect to happen is I expect on SmackDown this week they're gonna do a storyline with the Bloodline. I think Reigns will be on the show this week, and they're gonna do various segments with questioning what Jay's loyalty to the Bloodline is. Do you think that's gonna happen this week, or do you think they're gonna wait a week?
No, I think they can. I think they can. They'll attack it this week.
Yeah. On Raw, we have the women's tag title match. It's Becky Lynch and Lita defending against Damage Control. I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say Becky and Lita win the belts. I think they're gonna that would be headlines if they won the belts. And I think they'll defend the belts in some type of like 3-way or something at Mania. What do you think?
I agree. Yeah, I think they're gonna win the belts next week. Just makes sense.
Dude, this Mania card is looking like it's getting stacked, by the way. Because that means if the rumors are true, then that means they're going to be doing Damage Control versus the punk rockers there with Lita and Becky versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
That's not bad.
That would be really good.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
Let's get the tag titles over too. That's probably gonna be the best tag title match that's ever taken place at WrestleMania.
Bro, ever
for the woman, anyway.
Ever. Since they launched these fucking things, ever.
I mean, I know Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross had a good one with the Kabuki Warriors, but that didn't have a crowd, so I don't really count that one.
Yeah.
So, but Candice LeRae scheduled to face Piper Niven. I expect Piper Niven to win that match. She's getting a pretty big push right now. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then the Miz is going to have his Miz TV segment. I expect, he'll announce he's like the host of WrestleMania or something. I could see, maybe it won't be I don't think it'll be a match at Mania, but I could see them doing what they did a few years ago when it was the Miz and Fandango trying to outdo each other as like host of SummerSlam. They'll do it with like the Miz, Elias, and Rick Boogs. I think that could be pretty entertaining TV. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it could be entertaining. I'm excited for it.
I'm trying to think. Wasn't there something else announced for next week? There was like a big main event match announced. Not the show, but like there was a big thing announced next week for Raw. I don't know what it was. But let's talk about the game. I'm really excited for the game to come out. I enjoyed 2K22 for the most part. I thought it was the best day. Not the best day, but the best game that they've done. In like let me be more specific. Since the next gen consoles launched, because I was gonna say it's in the 2K era. I thought 2K14 was really good actually, but obviously
I would still say the 2K era if you're gonna be technical with it, because technically 2K14 was still a THQ product. It was just a finished product by the time 2K picked it up.
Okay.
To be fair,
because
THQ folded, I think, right around that time.
Yeah. What do you think of 2K23? Chris?
I'm excited. I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, I get to play it before you, by the way, because I'm doing the edition thing. So I'll be playing that game right before you. I'm going to send you a nice video and stuff, me playing that game while you're just tortured, sitting in the ball.
Don't fucking care.
We should totally, you know what we should do? We should totally, like, do a button mashers, like, I don't know if you guys know, but, like, we started doing the Stable Wars thing, new Legacy style. So maybe when that game comes out, we could, like, it could be you versus Owen versus Mike, and then versus somebody else that might have the game. I just need to know who. Maybe Jack.
Sure.
And then
maybe Steve.
Maybe Steve, yeah. If Steve's getting the game, sure.
But yeah, let's go through. We've had some things come. How much research have you done on this game, Chris? Other than the roster, have you watched any footage of like the gameplay or anything like that?
I haven't really seen any footage of at all. But But I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm very excited for this game.
Has anybody seen the War Games match?
Yeah,
They're
that looks
finally bringing that. I'm fucking stoked about that. That's nuts, dude.
Yeah, I've watched the War Games matches. It looks like it looks really cool too. It's not like done half-assedly and stuff. Like it's legit War Games. Because we haven't seen War Games gameplay. I don't know if you count this one since WWE 12 when they did like a version of it for the Jacob Cass storyline. But it really wasn't War Games. It was like a Hell in a Cell match.
It was a Hell in a Cell War Games bullshit. Yeah.
We're actually getting War Games here, and it looks really good. Like the entrances, like you can actually like see the participants like in the shout cages and stuff. It's like in the crowd. And when they come out, they'll like enter the War Games and stuff. The only thing that kind of sucks is you can't really do anything like in between the ring. But like again, they may. I'm fine with just getting War Games because they probably want to like see how well it does. They probably didn't want to put a lot of time into that just because it would also kind of clusterfuck. A lot of glitches could probably happen. Like again, I'm not the best person to talk about video games sometimes, but I'm just guessing about what could happen here. Like why they didn't do any, well, you could do any like grapple moves in between the ring or anything like that. But yeah, it does look like too, you could put in a weapon in when you want to. They do it. You could, I think it says takeover. So I think you don't necessarily have to be the same person every time. Like you could be the new entrant and all that type of stuff, like the Royal Rumble, if you get eliminated and stuff, which is cool. There's been other gameplay stuff, but let's talk about the roster for 2K23. It's a big roster this year. The roster I have is from like a week ago, so I think they've updated it since then. But let's talk about the roster. I'll just say them real quick. We have AJ Styles, Akira Tozawa, Kaylee Ray, not saying that name, Alexa Bliss, Aaliyah.
Right fire.
Nope,
literally right there.
No, I stopped myself.
Literally right there.
We have Aaliyah.
I will only call her Abba Fire if she teams with Shotzi and she gets the name of Blackheart back. Just saying.
That's fair. But yeah, then we have Aaliyah. We have Andre the Giant. He's going to be. I think Andre the Giant's been in like every wrestling game pretty much. So, is Angel Garza? Is that who that is? Okay. Angelo Dawkins, Apollo Crews, Asuka, Austin Theory, Axiom, Batista, Bailey, Becky Lynch, Beth Phoenix, Bianca Belair, Big Boss Man, Big E, Bobby Lashley, The Boogeyman, Booker T, Braun Strowman, Bret the Hitman Hart, Brie Bella. She's still in the game, even though all that stuff happened. I guess it's more Nikki that's the issue, but
Nikki is the issue, but they'll still put her in the game. I doubt that they're not going to put her in the game.
And I think by the time her rant came out, the game was already the game was already like
put it this way: Triple H is not going to be Vince and be like, "Take her out of the game."
Yeah. Next is the British Bulldog, Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker, Bruno Sammartino, Brutus Creed. I think Pete Dunne. Or it could be the other guy.
Brutus Creed. What?
Who that? From Diamond Mine. That's the Creed brothers.
Oh, dumbass! Right. Yeah,
Pete Dunne.
The ones that
That's good for you, sir.
The ones that look like the Creed brothers used to look like Family Guy's characters in real life, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So Pete Dunne, Cactus Jack, Cameron Grimes, who I think he's dead. We haven't seen him in a while. I think Cameron Grimes like died. So Carmelo Hayes, Cedric Alexander, Chad Gable, Charlotte Flair, Chyna, Cody Rhodes, Commander Aziz, because this roster was made right before he transitioned back into Dabba-Kato, Cora Jade, Raul Mendoza, nice try, buddy. Nice try.
Del Toro, yep, that's him.
Dakota Kai, Damian Priest, Dana Brooke, Dexter Loomis, Diesel, Doink the Clown, Dolph Ziggler, Dominic Mysterio, Piper Niven. I can say that, Chris, because that's what she is now. So
exactly what she is.
Drew Gulak, Drew McIntyre, Eddie Guerrero, Edge, Elias, Eric Bischoff, Eric. Ezekiel's in the game. Ezekiel, Elias's younger brother. So, and
the comatose.
Ezekiel.
Are you telling me you get to play as Elias and Ezekiel as a tag team?
Well,
Yes.
Relax,
That's...
James. There's evidence out there that they're both different people.
It's fucking Photoshop!
They're two different people.
Yeah,
no,
there's. Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Elias has a beard. Ezekiel doesn't.
Yeah, they were both in the same.
Shit.
They were both in the same room together at one point. So
yeah,
Photoshop's
a hell of a tool. So
no
is AI.
Photoshop. Nah.
And so is AI.
No
Farouk.
such thing.
Farouk, who I thought at one point was Ahmed Johnson. Finn Balor.
Ahmed Johnson and Bradshaw, the APA.
Finn Balor.
No, if they were a part of the same faction, they definitely would have been always palming ass or whatever, because Ahmed Johnson likes to botch a lot. He probably would have called it that, Michael Likers or whatever.
Yeah, but Finn Balor, Gigi Dolan, Fabian Eichner, nice try, nice try. Goldberg, Grayson Waller, Walter, Walter, nice try.
Start!
Happy Corbin, I'll say that. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Humberto, not Carrillo, just Humberto. The Hurricane, Ilya Dragunov, Eddie Harwell, Io Sky, Ivar, JC Jane, Jake the Snake Roberts, Jordan Devlin.
JD McDonough.
Jordan Devlin.
You realize it's the same name. They just abbreviated it, right?
Still Jordan Devlin.
So JD McDonough.
Jerry the King Lawler.
JDM.
Jey Uso. Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Jimmy Uso. Jinder Mahal. Joaquin Wilde. JBL. John Cena. Johnny Gargano. Julius Creed. Kane. Karrion Kross. Katana Chance. I have to say that now because I have to say that one now because I screwed that up one time. Caden Carter. Kevin Nash, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, or as Chris likes to say, Kofi Kindstone, because he's a very kind stone. Kurt Angle, LA Knight, Lacey Evans, Liv Morgan, Lita, Logan Paul, Marcel Bartel. I saved myself. I saved it. Marseille, Macho Man Randy Savage, Madcap Moss, Mansoir, Matt Riddle, Maurice, Molly Holly, Montez Ford, Mr. McMahon, not Vince, Mr. McMahon, Mustafa Ali, MVP, Natalia, Nikki ASH, Nikki Bella, Chris's favorite, Nikita Lyons. What the hell? Noam Dar's in the game? He's still in the fucking company?
Wait, what?
Noam Dar's in the game.
The last time he was in a game was what, like 2K20? 2K20?
I have an idea for those who don't know what to do with Noam Dar. Just team him with Jordan Devlin McDonough. Just team them both up because they work.
2K20.
Yes, there you go.
But continuing, we have Omos, Otis, Queen Zelina. She's Queen Zelina this time.
I called. By the way, I called that team the Ace of Space because the Irish Ace and Noam Dar like Star Wars.
Yeah. Randy Orton, Raquel Rodriguez, Razor Ramon, Reggie, not Scripps, Rey Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, Rick Booge, Ricochet, Rich Holland, Rikishi, Rob Van Dam, Robert Roode, Roman Reigns, Ronda Rousey, Rowdy Piper, Roxanne Perez, R-Truth, Sami Zayn, Santos Escobar, Scott Hall, Seth frickin' Rollins, Shea McMahon. Shanky's in the game, who hasn't appeared in... When's the last time he's shown up on TV? I think the night
8 months ago, probably.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels, Shayna Baszler, Sheamus, Shelton Benjamin, Shinsuke Nakamura, Shotzi, not Blackheart, Solo Sikoa, Sonya Deville, Stacy Keibler, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Stephanie McMahon. 6, Tamina, not as Dijak, but unfortunately as T-Bar. That sucks.
Yeah, because he was T-Bar when the game came up. When the game was in development.
Yeah, Ted DiBiase Jr., The Miz, The Rock, Titan. Huh?
That's Ted Senior.
Oh, it's senior. I thought it was junior. Sorry. I got overcorrected right there. Sorry, might be the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, The Miz, The Rock, Titus O'Neil, Tommaso Ciampa, Triple H, Trish Stratus, Tyler Bate, Umaga, Ultimate Warrior. I skipped him by accident. I guess he didn't exist. The Undertaker, Vader, Via Mahan, Chris's boy, Wesley, Xavier Woods, Xia Li, X-Pac, Yokozuna, Zoe Starks, and in the Ruthless Aggression pack, we have Brock Lesnar 01, the Prototype, Randy Orton 02, and Leviathan. So that's great. And then we have in the Bad Bunny bonus pack, you guessed it, Bad Bunny. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
Oh my god, it's Bunny Bad.
Yeah.
Bunny
good
be
roster.
bad.
I think that's a good. I think that's a pretty good roster right there. I have seen people trash the roster a little bit.
It's insanely large.
Yeah, I like the roster personally. A lot of people didn't like the roster. All that. Oh, and Cody Rhodes. I don't think he was set in the game, but I think he's in the game. I don't know why he's in.
Dude, he is gonna make fucking bang this year. It's ridiculous.
I think it's because if that game comes out, he'll be. I still think it's
he'll be if AEW Fight Forever comes out with the launch of WWE 2K23, he'll be on both rosters, which means double the royalty pay.
Yeah,
lots and lots of money is coming to Cody Rhodes.
But I bet Cody Rhodes think it's fun. I bet Cody Rhodes thinking that's fucking strange that like he did all the stuff for that years ago, and the 2K23 game's gonna be out before that game. I get the pandemic holding off and stuff, but still.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is what it is. I think they're almost done with that game too, aren't they?
Yeah, so we can get that. My Switch and Xbox are gonna be. I think I'm gonna catch fire someday probably because I'm maybe using them.
Gonna be.
Them so much.
You could say it's straight fire.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the roster. I think the roster looks really good. They've released like the ratings and overalls now, but it really doesn't matter if we read those because you can just change them anyways. I think it's pretty cool that Sami Zayn's at 87. That's awesome. That shows how much he's done within this past year. But I like the roster personally. Usually, I'm probably going to be playing someone like a Sami's. I like, as you can I don't think Chris has played really a game with me as much as you have. I like to be the high flyers in the games, as you can tell, because that's like I remember you guys at WYW tried to have me be a heavyweight, and you were like, "Yeah, Owen can't be a heavyweight."
Yeah. So, should I tell the story just for lulz? Might as well.
Sure.
So, Chris, Owen is helping us like play some matches for the show, right? So we had Owen play as like, a grappler character.
Yeah.
Boy, did he not know how to chain grapple at all.
Yeah.
So, bro, Owen is a spot monkey, okay? He just likes the spots. He cannot do wrist lock, wristwatch type wrestling. So, like, I tried to direct him. And I tell him, okay, go left on the right stick. He goes up to do a headlock instead of a wrist lock. and then another one was he was trying to get a suplex, and then like so Nikos was playing too, and Nikos genuinely doesn't know what he's doing anyway. So as Owen has him up in the suplex. I forget what character he was playing. It might have been one of the new guys. He runs right into Owen as he's in midair for the suplex and drops the fucker on his head. Just bump. I was like, all right, we're having Owen be the high flying guy. We're gonna figure this out.
Like I honestly think you guys almost I think you guys almost like locked me out of Casey's apartment that day. That's how bad it was.
Well, we were half like I think Mike has never been more simultaneously angry and laughing so hard. We were just dying. It's like, dude, this guy's like a fish out of water with this shit.
Because I never played the with the grapplers or any of that.
No. Dude, it takes a while to get used to the fucking different type of wrestlers you gotta play.
I remember, I think I tried to do a high flying move at one point. And they're like, oh, you're not a high flyer. I'm like, oh shit, because I'm so used to it.
He bounces up the ropes trying to do a springboard, and instead it just looks like he's running the ropes. He just keeps doing it. He did it like 3 times, and it's like, oh wait, you're not a high flyer. You can't do the tope suicida. Stop trying the tope suicida.
So yeah, there's no comments. It's all just it's all me, but not me. It's just James as me.
It's me. I'm the imposter. No, I'm kidding. I am.
So such a bit of pretty fact. How did you feel that I didn't read? I read your channel name. I didn't even read that it was you. Anything. I was just like,
yeah. Why did you JH95/FTW Productions? It's me. It's me.
I was trying to be professional about it.
What do you mean?
Anyhow, I gotta get off and eat. I'm gonna eat something.
Okay, well, fair enough. So, you guys do your plugs. I mean, I have all the plugs here. So if anybody wants to see stuff, there you go. Everything from FTW Productions is literally in this chat box. Go.
Except one thing.
Except one thing. What's the one thing?
CM Brothers 400 video. That's. Oh no! You have the CM Brothers in there.
No, yeah, I plugged the channel. It's there. We got everything.
So everything is there. I'm sorry, Chris. You don't have Chris. James. I'm sorry.
Well, I could. Wait. Hold on. Wait. I can fix this. Wait. Watch. All right, here it comes. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Watch SmackDown on Friday.
Yeah. Even though Chris doesn't really watch SmackDown on Fridays, he usually goes out Fridays. So
that is true.
I force my brother to watch it, even though he doesn't want to.
Oh, really?
My God! Do you really?
Yeah.
How does he feel about that? Because he doesn't like Roman Reigns, I remember. So.
He watches it.
That's the best you could say, really. He does the watching. I actually did forget.
He likes some stuff on it, but not like.
Yeah.
But not like a whole lot of stuff. I mean, he watched it like in the Attitude Era because he was like fucking 8, 9 years old in the Attitude Era. So.
Yeah.
10 years old too. He stopped watching like wrestling like full time, and like right around the Invasion.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, he's not wrong for that. By the way, I forgot one other plug. I just put it in the chat now. Watch AEW Spark from this week also, which
sure.
The first time
just don't watch AEW.
Oh, I know you don't like AEW.
Spark, watch that, but just don't watch AEW.
Why, man? Hey, listen, it's okay. It'll all be okay in like a week.
No, it won't be.
Yeah, it will be. It won't be. Did you? Well, we'll talk off air, but believe it or not, it's shit just started getting interesting. But we'll just put it that way. Things might be on the uptick on that company too. But anyway.
But anyhow, that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah. And I can't really say my catchphrase because it doesn't apply here because we're live. So
you can still say talk to you later.
But if I don't want to talk to him later, though.
Right.
He doesn't have to talk to them later.
I guess not.
What if I want to talk? What if I want to talk to them right now? Have you ever thought about that? What if I don't want to? Or maybe I'm just not. Maybe I'm mad at the fans though. Maybe I'm just mad at them because they think that Vince is in charge, all because Sami didn't win at the fucking pay-per-view. Maybe I'm just mad at them. So
that doesn't mean that your audience is thinking that shit.
They could be.
Maybe some, but they're okay because they're still giving you a view.
Not anymore after I said that.
Yeah. Oh my god. You know what? That's the outro. How the fuck are we gonna top that?
Bye.
That's how you top it.
Piss and shit.
Piss and shit. Fucking come. There you go.
Podcast has concluded. Be sure to check out more group discussion as far as WWE content is concerned, and check out more content from For the Win Productions.